knew just throwing slingshots at things would be fun.
Cool. I'm gonna very quickly grab a drink and then we'll probably get going.
I'll be back in a moment.
Right. Did I hear Cormac say he was disappearing?
Yeah.
I'll be back in a minute.
Of course. Where's the thing I want? It's there. You got Charlie?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah. Hey dude, you're right.
Yeah, I'm alright. I just joined midway through a conversation, so didn't we have a chance to say hello?
I see. Cool. Okay. Phil's running a little late, isn't he? That's cool. We'll do recaps and stuff and get going. It's all good. Cool. So last session, we picked up with you midway through combat with the elven druid and their fire elemental. It's carried on going pretty much the way it was telegraphed to be appearing when we left off in the previous session. You stood and fought briefly for about one round, I think, at the start of the session before beginning to make a retreat. Warforged and Zirviel got left behind, unfortunately, but Carl did make an attempt to carry Leokin's unconscious body back through the tunnels of this cave system. Eventually, however, the druid actually killed two members of the party, killing Zirviel and Carl, before Eleanor and Elwyn were able to make good use of their stealth skills to hide in the tunnels and make it a bit harder for the druid and the fire elemental to find them. Eleanor eventually reached the exits to the tunnels, and as she did so, a snowy blizzard sort of blasted its way into the tunnels, and you all found yourselves awake, conscious, and alive at the You're Welcome Inn. At which point there was some somewhat dismissive conversation from Jack, maybe not showing much understanding of mortal lives and how whatever just happened to them may have affected them, despite the effects clearly, or at least what seemed to happen, not being as it appeared. Eleanor challenged Jack's morals a little around there, enough to seemingly make some kind of impact on him, to the point that he did end up allowing you to keep the magic items that you had gained whilst in Winterworld, as well as passing a gift of a frost-branded greatsword to Leokin. Upon returning to the material plane, the members of the party who were still back in the cave the following morning decided to go back up the ladder and take scout of their location. And Elwyn used his ranger skills to note that it appeared they had moved again, and they were in an area of the forest that he did not recognise from previously. For those of you that were on the lightning rail back to Griffinstill, you arrived the following morning. Eleanor split off from the rest of the group to take care of some business of her own. She made her way over to Gunlower's Antiquary, which is an antique shop in the city, but also, as you learnt from Gozu in a previous session, there are some stories that it may also be operating as a fence, essentially, for illegal goods, including magic items. Eleanor did inquire about the price if she was to sell the spell scroll that she gained whilst in Winterworld. And after a little bit of consideration, Willow, the halfling that works in the antique shop, offered Eleanor a payment of 10,000 gold pieces, which Eleanor decided she would consider before leaving. Cool. So yeah, we'll pick up. It's early morning, the 1st of October. For the other two members that are in Griffin still, obviously, once upon arrival in the city, Eleanor's gonna make her way, and over to Gunlowers as she did last session. What do you two want to do?
We had somewhere we had to go, didn't we? We were supposed to be going and speaking to whoever the lady is that was looking after
Yeah.
Kyrstiona.
What's her name? I've got it somewhere. Wenda?
Wenda
Yeah, that's
Dusklight.
right.
Captain Dusklight. So I guess we would head there if you're up for that, Mr. Warforged.
Sam, I do also have some other business I need to do before I get the train back. So okay, we can do it later though. So
Yeah, it's cool. I'll
stuff.
pick it up in a minute. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
See a Warforged. Whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, we'll go. I'll definitely be. I'll suggest that we need to deal with that. If Eleanor's busy, we need to go make sure that we can see and find out what's happened with Kyrstiona.
Warforged, you happy to tag along with Z for this, or you got your own business you want to take care of?
Yeah, I can go with Z.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, so you guys arrive in the city just after 6 a.m. You're able to make your way over to this same guard station where you went with Carl previously. And yeah, you sort of, as you make your way inside, you notice there are two members of the watch on duty at the time. There is a male and a female who you recognise as Wenda. And as you walk in, Wenda immediately recognise the two of you. I mean, a drow and a warforged stick out like a extremely sore thumb. And you can see almost immediately. You can sort of see as you walk in through the door. She's clearly almost sort of looking behind you, waiting for somebody else to enter. And after a moment or two, she just looks at you both and says, "Carl's not with you?"
No, he is still indisposed with work. We've kind of been sent on his behalf, just to kind of see what was going on with our mutual friend.
Work where?
Pear trees?
What's Carl doing in a farming town?
Well, it's actually the forest near pear trees. We've just kind of shot back because we realised we were running out of time. Somebody had to come back, and Carl's more useful than me, so he stayed.
I never thought I'd see the day where Carl was taking camping trips, but sure.
Oh, he's loving life.
She turns over to the other member of the watch here, and she sort of looks at him and says, "Docks will be opening up soon. You better go and see into check the papers of the first arriving ships." And he sort of nods quite happily, and sort of gets up and leaves. And then she watches as he leaves. She goes over and closes the door, and then she looks back at the both of you, and she goes, "We need to talk about this prisoner."
Yes, you are more than likely correct.
I've done all I can to keep her off the books, to avoid questions being asked, but I can't do this any longer. I will do anything I can to help Carl, but I can't keep a secret like this for much longer. Like this is essentially kidnap.
Has she said anything? Have you spoken to her?
And she laughs as you ask the question. Yeah, she talks. She rarely stops.
Bit chatty, isn't she?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, she's telling us that she's a murderer.
Uh, Complicated. Technically speaking, she may well be right.
Yeah, not inaccurate.
Fucking hell,
Um,
Carl. What have you got me into?
Who died?
Attempted murderer?
Yeah.
It's
I'm not.
possibly
I'm
more
not there.
accurate.
I was actually
Yeah,
starting. 'Cause
yeah, I know.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I don't believe anyone actually died, did they?
I don't think so. As far as my understanding is,
From her attempt at poisoning
that's my recollection. Yes,
the
indeed.
yeah. Um, did she say why she was a murderer?
She babbles non-stop. Something about keeping her off her back, staying out of her vision. I don't know who it is that she's upset, but she's clearly concerned with this person finding her.
Yeah, to be fair, if this person's looking for her, there ain't really anywhere we can put her that she's not going to get found. You don't.
So you have somewhere to put her?
to. That is definitely not true. Uh, difficult. It's difficult. We're really trying. This is what we've been doing. We're trying to prove that, she's fine. Oh, it's not her fault, but we're not finding anything. No, it's not looking good, but we don't want to be responsible for, dooming someone that is clearly in a state of some kind of concern like that. It's just,
You must realise this stinks.
yeah. Yes, it does.
Where is Carl, really? Is he in trouble?
Carl's all right.
Any further context?
He's in the forest near pear trees. That was no lie.
So he takes a trip with you to the forest, and you come back to take care of his business.
Yeah, he trusts me. We're great friends.
You can see she just sort of narrows her eyes and she starts looking up and down the both of you.
Have I lied yet? Me and Carl are best buds. Look, I understand you're very good friends with Carl and seem to owe him some kind of debt that I'm sure I would never fully comprehend, but we've come here because he was needed there and we weren't. So
when Carl disappears, people worry. That means
who worries?
he's got himself into trouble again.
Again? What do you mean again?
How do you know, Carl?
He's a friend from work. We work together. Yeah.
She just sort of she doesn't even really respond. She just sort of continues looking at you, almost daring you to carry on this conversation. She turns to Warforged and she says, what about you? Maybe you want to be a bit more open about whatever's going on with Carl.
He's in a forest. He's in the forest.
Doing what?
I can't. Hold on. What was he doing last time we saw him?
Looking for blurbolgs.
Should I tell her that though?
I mean, I don't think there's any reason not to at this point, is there?
Okay, he was looking for like some sort of creature or something.
Carl's supposed to be working for the Record,
Yeah.
and they sent him monster hunting.
Not monster hunting.
Some kind of creature.
Well, I suppose
He was
technically it's
looking
not
for
a
stuff.
wrong description, but that could mean humans. They are a type of creature.
Why
No,
don't
we're
Why don't you
looking for-
humour me?
we're looking for a group of furbolgs that are supposed to operate outside. Does the forest have a name that I've forgotten, by the way?
Neelam's
Yeah,
Grove.
Needham's Grove.
Needham's Grove. That's it. A
Jinx.
group of furbolgs that supposedly operate out of Needham's Grove, but
She laughs, and Carl's working for the Record, looking for furbolgs in a forest.
I know it's hilarious, isn't it? But we get paid, we go do it. Is what it is.
And she sort of places her hand down on the desk, and clearly is a little sort of tired, maybe uncomfortable. She just says to you quite openly, is he looking after himself? Like this stinks.
We're looking after him, and as far as I'm aware, he's looking after himself.
And you left him in a forest as part of looking after him.
Well, with other people, not by himself. Obviously, we're not mad.
With an elf and
Elf and a half elf, right?
an elf,
And
an elf and a half elf
that's
who's
it,
locked
right?
himself in the toilet, but you probably
Yeah.
She just sort of shakes her head. She's like, searching for furbolgs with elves, machines. You've outdone yourself this time, Carl.
I metagaming pigeon thinks you should really mention the Jack and the festive festive journey as well.
She turns to you and she says, look, midday today, they're transferring anyone that's in the cells here for judgment.
Yeah. Okay.
If she's still here at midday, my hands are tied. There's nothing more I can do.
I understand. I completely understand. I wanted to come back and check, see what the timeline was like for it.
You've got 4 hours.
4 hours. Oh, God. Sidebar. We discussed this before, right? And said basically we actually don't care if she gets executed or whatever anymore, right?
I don't think we quite said don't care, but
I'm sure that was the exact wording used.
I was quite against the idea of giving her into the authorities in general, but also decided not to pick this fight massively. So
Like killing the whole people and poisoning the whole city, right?
that was kind of what she was going for. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's trying to commit a mass killing the whole town.
Because whatever we decided there is certainly going to judge whatever gets said here by me and Cormac.
it was it was okay. I think I was
Yeah.
against it. I can't remember how much I voiced that, but there was certainly the general agreement was that it was okay.
Hmm. Is she here? Can I go speak to her?
Sure. She takes you back through a sort of wooden door, and then you come through. There's like some holding cells in the rear of this sort of this guardhouse. There's a few like larger communal holding cells, and you can see what looks like drunks, troublemakers from over the previous night. She leads you past them down into. There's a few sort of like smaller. They're all just sort of open cells, but they're sort of like smaller solitary cells. And down at the end, she takes you to the furthest one. You see Chiristiona. She's just. There's like a pretty poor quality makeshift sort of bed. But she's just sat on the floor, leant up against the bed. And she's kind of just staring up at the ceiling as you approach. And when Wenda sort of just calls out to her and says, "You've got some visitors." And Chiristiona immediately sort of looks at the two of you, and you can almost see a little bit of confusion. Again, probably similar to Wenda was probably expecting to see more than just the two of you. And she looks and she's did you find them? Did you find Bejor?
I just kind of shake my head without saying anything, just kind of stare, see if I can get a read on whether she was expecting me to find them or not. Whether that's a shock to her that we didn't.
You can make an insight check.
That I will do. That's dreadful.
She looks disappointed.
No, we didn't. To be fair, it's
What?
quite a big place.
What happens to me now then?
Well, I think you've got to go through the proper channels, haven't you?
Wow.
You tried to kill hundreds, maybe thousands.
I was desperate.
Joel, we've all been desperate at some point. That might be a step too far.
And she just sort of hangs her head and just looks down at the. You see a sort of like look of dejection on her face, and she just sort of looks down at the stone floor.
You have a moment here to prove or convince otherwise. Anything you can give us that might help your case here.
Like what? What more can I tell you?
Anything you haven't already about why you did it.
Fear, selfishness, self-preservation.
And these furbolgs. Because we can't find them. But it's a big forest. So how did you find them?
How do you find anything? If I could tell you more, I would.
Would you do it again?
You can see she almost wants to avoid the question. She's like, "Find the furbolgs."
No. You know what I mean. Would you do it again? If we let you walk out of here today, and you get these visions again, or you get these feelings again, and you feel like you're being watched, or you feel like you have to appease whatever this is that's clearly messing with you, would you do it again?
Never. Never.
If you bullshit me.
You can make an insight check.
Yeah, I'm going to do exactly that.
She's unable to make eye contact with you when you ask.
Yeah. She's full of shit. I mean, I've immediately burnt a portent there to do that, but that felt big. I just look. I
Clear your own conscience here, Jack.
Wenda's there with me, right?
Yeah.
I just look around. I guess so. You heard her. How can I justifiably let that? I mean, you can see. She can't even look at me when she's saying it.
I don't know what's going on here, but I see enough criminals, enough killers, enough. Whether they do it for greed, desperation. You can tell the ones that would do it again.
You seem to be insinuating that she would, I assume. Is that what I pick up from that?
That's what I'm insinuating.
Did it for the Rock.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you have some proper channels you can run this through, Captain, but
Yeah,
attempted murder of thousands. I'm sure there's a crime for that. Or there's some kind of punishment.
they'll hang her this afternoon.
So be it.
I mean, who did she try to kill? You really haven't given us a lot to work with.
Did you hear about the kerfuffle with was it Burning Barrel? Beard and
The
Barrel?
beard and barrel.
Yeah, did you hear about what happened at the Beard and Barrel? I'm assuming that's made its way towards you about now with Jay Mullins and that.
I read the story in the record. Some kind of illness.
Yeah. I just gesture.
Fucking hell.
She supposedly claimed that she's being followed, influenced, haunted by I think it was the Raven Queen, she claimed.
Ha!
And because of it had to poison their new brand of spirit that they were going to be sending out. Luckily, the Mullins and the staff there all tried it before it got sent out because they all turned into walking zombies, and we had to subdue every single one of them and take them back to the city for treatment.
If I had a silver for every killer that comes through here telling them that some god told them to do it,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be dealing with killers daily.
Flimsy excuse, isn't it? Anyway, obviously you can speak to to the Mullinses because I believe they're all still in the hospital. Jay's in one piece because he didn't drink it, but the rest of them were, last time we checked, pretty worse for wear. But they'll want to know that she's been caught and dealt with. You could likely get quite a admiration for catching the one responsible if you wanted to spin it that way. I won't stop you.
We'll see that she's handled appropriately.
Appreciate it. Sorry we couldn't be more help. But sometimes you can't prove people innocent, I suppose.
Wenda then just sort of looks you sort of straight in the eyes. Just says, wherever Carl is, make sure you get him home.
Yeah, we're heading pretty much straight back there after this. We just need to come back and sort this.
Okay.
We'll get him back, don't worry. We'll send him your way next time he's in the city. Make sure he catches up.
Yeah, make sure it's the first thing he does.
Yeah. Don't worry. You have my word. As much as you want to, take that or not, that I will look after him.
Well, she just nods at you.
Been a pleasure, Captain.
Cool. You guys happy to leave?
I turn around and start walking off. Warforged, you can do whatever you like, of course.
Yeah, I'm happy to leave. I'll leave.
You.
That's great. I like the idea of possibly the two most chaotic members of the party having a little lesson in the law and in being responsible for cities.
You, the Warforged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kyristiona stood on her feet now. She's pointing at you as you're walking out of the room. And she just has one hand in front of her. She sort of just stood there, and she has this one hand just up in front, just pointing straight out at you. They want what you're carrying.
What?
She speaks to you. I can tell someone that's heard.
Who's she?
The black-eyed lady.
There's a black-eyed lady now. What the hell?
Where's the love?
What? I'm so what?
She just stands and she has the finger pointed at you.
Right, Warforged. You okay?
No, I'm not okay. And then I leave. I leave the building.
Okay.
Anything funky going on there that I might have picked up on? Or was that
I
just,
don't really
or was
know.
it just words flying?
Don't know. Randomly just. Do you know who the black-eyed
Black-eyed
lady
lady is who she talked about that we worked out was the Raven Queen, right?
The Raven Queen, yeah, it's got to be.
Or she thought it was the Raven Queen, at least. It
I
might
don't
not be, but...
I-
Anyway, yeah, I leave with you. I'll leave with you.
Okay.
But yeah, as we leave, Warforged, I go, so you know the Raven Queen?
I've heard of her. Never talked to her. Is she like? Is she like the? Isn't she more like a god or something like that?
Yeah, she's one of the deities. She's one of the new gods, right?
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's,
I've heard of her.
You're not one of hers then?
No.
Interesting. That was weird then, wasn't it? It was a bit out of nowhere. Oh well. Should we where should we head to? I've no idea where Eleanor said she was going.
Just a reminder, we need to get the train back at 10 o'clock. We landed at 6 o'clock.
What, 10 in the morning?
10 in the
We
morning,
need to get
yes.
back.
We are
Okay.
meeting you at the train at 10 o'clock.
Right.
I don't know what
Okay.
time is it. Apparently it's 20 to 8 currently.
Yeah.
That sounds about
Well, I
right.
think actually in my timeline it's more like 8:30.
Yeah.
Feels like. Trying to think if there's anything I needed to do whilst I was in the city. I think I'm okay. Don't think I've got any materials I need to pick up. Did we want to stop by the record and pick up? It's not been a week or anything since we last got paid, has it?
It has not. No.
In
No,
48
so we
hours, yeah.
Can't pick up any more pay. I mean, do I go get breakfast, Warforge? Do you eat? Do you need food?
I don't need food, but
Oh.
wait, I can't even remember if I eat food.
I mean, I know there's lovely little breakfast place just round the corner. We can go sit for an hour whilst we wait for the train if you want.
Yeah, sure. You
You're
can
gonna
get
love it.
you can
You're gonna
get
love
food
it.
if you want.
They cook it right there on the counter in front of you. Come on, let's go.
You
Well, I
gotta,
need
you
him.
gotta love when players ask you to prep something and they don't want to do it.
What?
I thought Jake had something else he wanted to do in the city, but maybe I misunderstood.
Did I?
I thought you did, but maybe I just misunderstood what you were
Oh,
saying.
wait, I did. But that would be by myself. To be
That's
fair, I
fine
didn't
then.
realise we were leaving so quickly.
I
That
will-
was,
I-
yeah, that was yeah, I completely, I get it, yeah.
That's
Actually, I'll
fine
just,
then.
yeah, other people do stuff, I will think.
That's cool.
If other
Is
people
there anything
have
else you
to.
want to do, Warforged? In the city at all?
Can I just go and have a look at like weapons or something?
Just look at weapons.
No, I want to see if there's any weapons that I like the look of.
Yeah, there's a few blacksmiths in town. One you've been to before, another one you've just heard of.
Which one was the one I've went to?
You guys visited all the way back in session 1. You went to the Golden Crucible.
Was the service good? Was it a good service, or is it?
You met the female human that runs it, Avery Grover, and discussed where she was possibly getting some less than perfectly legal materials for making her weapons, some imported metals.
Over there.
Do it, sorry.
Can I go to that place, possibly?
Yeah,
If-
yeah. You got time to go there if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'll go there.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, by the time you get there, it's just gone 8 o'clock. And you can already see there's sort of like smoke billowing out of the chimney on the side of this building. And yeah, you enter into the Golden Crucible. And yeah, Avery Grover, you recognise from your previous visit, is in there. She doesn't immediately sort of hear you as you walk in. It's quite loud as she's sort of working away, but then you see she sort of stops a moment and turns around and sort of makes eye contact with you. And she sort of stops. She's got like just a hammer where she's been hitting away at some metal, forging something. She stops and turns around and points. She sort of points the hammer towards you. She says, "I recognise you. You were the one asking after those kids."
I wave.
Hey.
I'm confused. What? Huh?
You here for anything? Or
I was just gonna look
Just come to look
at
around.
weapons. Yeah.
you want weapons? Well, you come to the right place. What are you looking for?
Looking for. Hold on. Wait, I need to figure out how to.
How to...
I'm trying to figure out how to. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Hold on.
What are you trying to do?
It's well. So I can't really say, because. Yeah.
Okay, I could jump into another chat quick if you want to.
Yes, please.
That is absolutely fine. Let's do that quick.
Hello.
It's a joke that never ages. Yeah. What you looking for then?
I want to try and infuse, well, somehow get the metals from my axe to made into a sword, if that's possible.
So you want to... And she sort of looks at you. She's like, you want to melt this down and use the same materials for a different weapon?
Yeah.
I've got plenty of pre-forged weapons or anything. I mean, if there's something you need in particular, I can do. I mean, it's doable, but it seems like a lot of hassle.
How much money would it be for you to do that?
If you really want to insist, what are you looking to turn this into?
Some maybe like short sword.
That seems doable. And she asks if you can hand the axe over for her to have a look
Back
at.
in 1 second.
I give the axe.
Cool. Yeah, she sort of takes the axe and you can see she starts sort of like weighing it up slightly and having a look at it, and she sort of runs her finger along the blade, then she stops. She says, "Where did you get this? This isn't steel."
Oh, this was what my master used to be like a. He used to be able to like he was. Can't remember his job, but he knew how to make like good weapons, pretty much. Yeah.
Clearly, what is this made from? This is no metal I've ever worked with.
He never told me. He just said it was. Well, he said that he was able to like find a lot of this metal one time, and he was he made an axe for himself, and well, yeah. Now the axe is mine.
She seems massively confused by your story, but you can see she's like kind of fascinated by this hand axe as she sort of looks it up and down. She says, would you object to me investigating? Can I tinker with this?"
Yeah, sure.
And she takes it, and she walks over next to the forge where that's already sort of burning at the moment, and you can see she sort of puts the axe in there and just sort of hangs it in very slightly, almost like and you can see her sort of like it's almost like she's watching the light bounce off it and watching how the heat maybe sort of begins to react to it. And you can see she's like shaking her head and her eyebrows sort of furrow together. She seems really confused. She sort of turns back to you. She says, "I don't know what to tell you. I can try and do something with this, but this I don't know. I couldn't tell you how long this will take or if it's even doable. This is weird."
Don't know what to say now.
If you want to leave it with me, I can have a look and let you know.
Mhm. How long do you think, if it was possible, how long do you think it would take for it to what happen? Like, how long?
I don't know. Can you come back this evening?
How fast is the thingy train again?
You guys are supposed to be getting back on the train in just under 2 hours.
I know, but like, how fast is it?
It's an 8-hour journey to Pear Trees.
Yeah, the earliest you could get back is tomorrow morning.
She looks and she says, "Look, like, I can try and work with this, but I need some time. You can leave it
That's
with
fine.
me."
Mhm. I'll leave it with you, and you can, well, see what you can do, I guess.
Okay. It's a deal.
Would
Um,
I? Oh.
Go on.
Would I be able to buy like a regular sort of, well, another hand axe just for, well, while I don't have mine?
Sure. she sort of she still sort of like has your hand axe in her sort of own hand. She's sort of like kind of fascinated with it. And she walks over. She grabs another hand axe from like a shelf nearby, and she walks back and she says, you can take this. Leave this one with me. Like, it's collateral, whatever you want to call it. It's on the house.
Okay, thank you. Is that?
Cool. Yeah, you leave your hand axe with her for the time being then. But you have another hand axe to walk away with for the time being. Anything else you want to do?
I'm trying to figure out if there's anything that I will really need to do.
That's cool. I'll let you have a think on it. Charlie, was something else you wanted to do, wasn't there?
Yeah. So, out of character, we sort of I didn't have any objections to me selling this scroll, so I guess I stepped 1 foot out of the gun and lowers. Think for a second. Stand outside. Think for a second. Do I have enough time to go back into gun and lowers, sell it, go back to my house, and then go to a general store before I go get the train?
Yeah, you'll be pushing time, but yeah, it's definitely doable.
Fine. In which case, I go straight back in again.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, Willow is sort of there waiting for you almost. She goes, didn't take long to think.
No. Thank you, Willow. I did have a little think. Yep, 10,000 gold. That sounds lovely.
Awesome.
I trust you have the cash with you today.
And she sort of looks around again. That same tiefling still in the shop. 'Cause obviously it's only been a few moments since you walked out and back in. She's like, yeah, not a problem. Just wait here. And you see she sort of disappears into a small little room just behind the counter. And she's gone for about 2 minutes. She walks back in. She has a sort of large pouch, and she puts it down on the desk, and she says, "Do you want to start counting?"
Is there a back room that could be somewhat more discreet? Actually, possibly.
And she sort of looks at you. Then she looks over at Teeth, and she goes, "Him. Don't worry about him. He won't tell anyone.
Why not?
Hornhead. He's got enough to worry about."
What's your name?
My name?
No, the tiefling. I know your name's Willow.
His name?
Well, I call out to him.
You're asking him his name?
Yeah.
And he sort of turns around and he shakes his head. And he just sort of almost dismissively he goes, "Francis."
Hi, Francis. What'd you do?
I browse and I shop.
Where can I find you?
Why the sudden interest in me?
Because
and this book that he was sort of flicking through, he sort of slams it shut and puts it down on the bookcase in front of him. He says, "If it's not bad enough putting up with the halfling, this is even worse." And he just walks out of the shop and leaves.
Well, Willow, I expected that conversation to go better.
You're a charmer.
But thank you. I looked for the gold or the platinum, whatever pieces it's in. Not a thorough count, but like a rough count. Does it look roughly the right amount of money?
Yeah, it looks pretty trustworthy.
Yeah, cool. So I hand over the scroll, and then I get out of there quickly, and walk hurriedly to my house,
Nice.
or a place of rest. I don't actually know what I live in, but yes, that place.
Yeah. You.
And as soon as I get there, I hide the 10,000 gold somewhere.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then I want to go to a like a just general store to pick up some arrows mostly.
No
And
worries.
yeah, go to general store. I don't know what general stores are around here. What would it be? The
There's
Broken Staff.
there's a few known ones. All that I mean, there's plenty of generic general stores where you could pick up stuff as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so I popped to the Broken Staff say because I know that guy right Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I pop in there. Good morning, Lincoln. I'm sorry, I don't have much time. Do you have 100 arrows, 2 bottles of brandy, and 4 healing potions?
Absolutely. But is it just healing potions you want? Maybe I have something that would be of some appeal.
Okay, yeah. What is it? I'm sorry, I don't have time for the theatrics.
Of course. How about this? And he pulls out this jar, this like green, almost goo rather than liquid. This is and he sort of tips it sideways, and it barely even moves. It slowly starts to trickle its way towards the top of the vial, and he just says, "This is the tears of a hydra."
Oh, okay. No, sorry. I want real products, please.
Fine.
So-
Just the arrows.
Just the
We've
arrows,
had
the
this
brand,
before.
two bottles of brandy. I think I've seen the Tears of the Hydra before, actually, haven't I?
You had the tears of a
Tears
fey
of an Elven
princess.
Princess or
Yes.
something. Yeah.
Okay. Was it the same? Is it the same? Is it the same thing?
It's not.
Okay, it's not. It's a different.
Certainly doesn't
Like-
look like the same liquid. No.
No. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Sorry. So it's. I would like 100 arrows, 2 bottles of brandy, and 4 healing potions. How much is that going to cost me?
And he quite quickly ties it up, and it's like 2 of those, two, 1 bottle of brandy. That would be. Hang on, so I've actually lost. Was it 2 potions of healing?
No, let's go for
4.
2. Actually, I'm pretty sure I can't afford 4. So two potions of healing, 100 arrows, 2 bottles of brandy.
Cool. In that case, you are looking at 107 gold pieces.
Okay, which is 10 platinum and 7 gold pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
10 platinum, 7 gold pieces. I'll tell you what. I take 3 healing potions, which is another 5 platinum, right, for a healing potion.
Yes.
50 gold. Yeah. Cool. So that goes to that. So I'll take 3 healing potions, 100 arrows, and 2 bottles of brandy.
Nice.
Oh, hang on a second. No, forget the last healing potion.
That's cool.
Sorry. Yeah, just 2. I'll sort out. I got it. Thank you. 100 potion, and then brandy. It's not there yet. That's fine. And then that's it. I'm done.
Cool. Cool. That's easy enough. That's all you need to do, is it?
Yeah, the brandy's not in my inventory yet.
Yeah,
if you're trying to find something,
I haven't got a ready-made
sort of-
one, but I'll make one.
any
yeah.
sort of bottle of alcohol is okay. Like
That's
bottle of generic spirit. I went for brandy because it felt like it. Yeah, whatever. But that's
cool.
fine. Yeah, that's what I'm done. And then I would like to have a discussion with Z and Warforged when we get back on the train.
Cool. Yeah, no worries. Anything else that you wanted to do, Z, before you leave the city?
If Warforged is going to go off to a blacksmith, I was going to try and find. I'm assuming there is some kind of local library or place where smart people gather.
There is. I've noticed it's just appeared.
There's the Archives of Fentos, which is essentially a record and library of as much gathered knowledge as can be accrued.
I would like to head there.
That seems smart.
Um,
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So you come to the archives. It's a relatively not particularly. It's not particularly. It's a medium-sized building, I guess. In one of the more upper class areas of the city. It's just this sort of single-story building, and you sort of enter inside. And it's just lined with books all over the place, and there's like works of art you can see. There's it seems like a real kind of less a museum and more just a repository or a home for all kinds of anything of value or import, sort of, in general. And as you enter, there's a gnome, a male gnome, stands just over 3 foot tall. Has this really, really straggly, long grey beard, which actually reaches about 3 foot and 2 inches, and sort of just tickles the ground at his feet. The beard is sort of just the same height as him, more or less. And as you enter, he at the time he's looking through some kind of a very large book. The size of this book, he could almost sort of lay himself on top of it and make it into a bed if he wished. And he looks up at you immediately and he says, hello, what business do you have in the archives?
Hi. Yes, sorry. I don't have an appointment or anything. I didn't know if I needed one.
Only if you want to go into the lower levels.
Okay, I've not had a chance to come by yet. I've been in the city a little bit, but I've been a bit busy. I heard this was the place to go if you needed to do kind of research into stuff. I didn't know if there was someone here that I could talk with or that would help or anything like that, but
just general inquiries.
well, I have an inquiry about something that I've not been able to put my finger on quite. And I didn't know if here was the place to look.
Yes. The most knowledgeable member of staff would be Murdery.
Would you be able to point me in their direction, good sir?
Yes, you're talking to him.
Oh, well, that's all right then. Happy days. Okie dokie. Well, in that case, would you mind if I pick your brain quickly?
It would be polite to use one's name.
His name, I've already forgotten.
It's Murdery.
Murdery, would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Yes, go ahead.
Would you happen, or would the term Corin's Fall happen to ring any bells with you? Or would you know anywhere I could do some research about that?
Corin's Fall? It doesn't mean anything immediately, but I certainly know where you could look for the information.
I would appreciate that if that would be possible.
Excellent, you're there.
Okay. Does the term Corin's Fall mean anything?
No, we've certainly been over this. No.
Okay, but you said there was somewhere I could look for that.
Yes, the
And then
archives.
I said where, and you said I was there.
Yes, this is the archives.
Okay, can I go look then, pretty please?
Well, yeah. Yes, absolutely. Which area of the archives would you like to start with?
What are the different areas?
Ornithology, etymology, biology, sociology, recorded histories, fauna, flora. There is the archived works of William Austral himself. How long have you got? The arcane, the magical, the scientific.
I mean, I can't believe I haven't been to this place sooner. This is fantastic. Could I try recorded history?
Absolutely. You'll be wanting floor 7.
Floor 7. Fantastic. Thank you very much, sir. I go to floor 7?
Yes, you can go to floor 7. And he just sort of points you towards the back of the room. There's just a spiral staircase heading down into the floor. You can sort of go down, and you sort of reach the first floor that it goes down to, and as you do, you basically find what looks the largest warehouse of books you could probably ever imagine. At a very quick estimate, there is probably close to 10 to 13,000 books you can see on this level.
Oh boy.
And you carry on down to the next level, and as you keep going further and further down these various floors of the spiral staircase, there are more and more of these levels, each kind of looking pretty much the same. Some looking a little dustier and a little less used than others. But yeah, you eventually make your way down to the 7th level, and you just find yourself in this large, massive room, lined with bookshelves.
I look for C.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Make an investigation check for me, quick.
Okie dokie. Be a real shame if I had used my portent roll for today, wouldn't it? Which I have. Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, takes you about 15 minutes. But you find the C section of this floor.
And now I start looking for CO.
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay.
I missed what book you're looking for. What was the book you're looking for?
I am looking for something on Corin's Fall.
Ah.
Yeah, only takes you about 3 minutes. And yeah, you are able to find the section where the books begin, starting with the letters C and O.
I'm now looking for COR.
Yep, you succeed in finding those, Jake.
Yeah, I'm now looking for Corin's Fall. Or something that has that in the title.
You start looking through. There's a rough estimate. You get to the point where you find CORR, and you're probably, as you look around, you're now thinking maybe 200 to 300 books. Just as a rough estimate, looks like in this section alone. You start
for CORR. There's 300 books.
Yeah.
Okay.
You start scanning through these, but you don't see anything containing those words in the titles.
Okay. How long roughly do I think I've got before I need to be at this train?
It's probably about 20 past 9 at this point.
The train's at 10, right?
Yeah.
I do a Hail Mary, I hold out my arm and just think really hard, like Corin's Fall or something, and see if a book appears.
Well, as in literally manifests itself.
Literally see if a book appears in my hand.
It does not, no.
Okay, worth a shot. Yeah, I guess I'll have to come back another time. I'll walk back towards the staircase. I don't spot anything like anyone there that's going to be able to, or any kind of robot that will tell me exactly what I'm looking for.
You spot doesn't seem to be any sign of life on this floor at all, no.
There's no like record or manifest or anything for what's in the floor.
No.
Okay.
There is just this mass of books.
Okay. I'm gonna have to come back here another time. Yeah, I'll have to come back another time. I'll head back up.
Yeah. You make your way back up these 7 floors of stairs. As you get to this top, Murdry sort of sees you arrive back out. He says, very quick. You found everything you were looking for.
Unfortunately not, but I'm a little short for time today. I'll have to come back another day, I should think.
What? It's not my busiest time of year, admittedly. What is the nature of your request? I can spend some time looking into the archives for you.
Well, I've been deciphering a tome myself that had some intrigue about it, and the phrase comes up a lot in it, and seems to be a common theme of Corin's Fall. But it's not something I've read of in the history books or anything. So I was just
in what context?
well, I'm not entirely sure. I can't work out if Corin is a person or a place.
Do you have this book?
Not on me, no. No, unfortunately, I've left it. I've left it at home.
A great shame.
Yes, yeah, unfortunate, really. Should have thought about that, but
If you had the book, we could. If you bring it back, I mean, I can search through the archives for this Corin's Fall. But if you had the book, we could always try to match the writing, match the source of the book. Even the grade of paper can sometimes be a way of tracing the history of a book itself.
Well, it's good for me to know that, I suppose. Tell you what, I will. I think I'm heading out of the city for a few days again. But when I'm back, I'll bring it by, if that's all right.
Yes.
I think you'd be quite interested to get some eyes on it. It's quite a tome.
Absolutely, we are collectors of all books here. The Australian Empire feels it most important to chronicle the histories of this world.
Absolutely. Did I hear you say there was a section on Arcana and Magic?
There is.
Ah, fantastic. Okay. I was
That-
just curious. I heard you say it. That's all.
That would be floor 23.
23. Okay. Is that one of the lower levels that you said I'm not allowed on?
Entry into the floors 16 and below does require proper authorization from a member of the government or the empire.
Thought that might be the case. Yeah, not to worry. I appreciate you letting me know. Sorry, I have a train to catch. I must dash, but it's been a pleasure.
All yours.
And I head for the door.
Cool.
And I guess I will meet up with Warforged and Eleanor at the train.
No sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I see you, I'm going to ask straight away. So I trust all has been sorted out with Carciona.
She's been dealt with.
Oh, great. So how many more weeks do we have? I hope it was a couple of weeks to give us some time. I'm glad Wenda could sort that out for us, actually. Poor girl.
Anyway.
So when is it? When is it? We need to return.
Oh, we've not really got a set time scale anymore.
Okay, and why is that?
What do you reckon, Warforged?
Huh? What?
Now would be a good time for I am Warforged.
I'm Warforged. I need to come back someone. So, or someone soon, hopefully.
Not quite the question that was asked, but good deflection.
So Warforged. Z was just telling me that Wendy's managed to smooth everything out with Carciona and look after her for a few more weeks.
Can I whisper to CVL? So who's gonna say it?
Warforged, do you make a stealth check if you're going to attempt to whisper in?
I will
Oh,
make a
God.
perception check. The fact that they're both being really awkward about this is giving me. So can I make a perception check if I hear it?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, you do.
I mean, what? Sorry.
Yeah, you hear
Oh,
you hear
you haven't.
you hear Warforged whispering to ZVL saying who's going to tell her.
Sorry, tell me what.
I kind of just like look down in sort of like a, or what would you call it? Like a sorry sort of way, like kind of. I don't know what you call it.
He's a sorry little puppy now. He's got
Yeah,
puppy eyes going.
I guess look down. Just like
Warforged.
I say.
Do we not have that long? Is it only a week or so?
We weren't able to do it.
You what? Sorry. Ziviel just told me that it was all fine and we had as long as we like to get back.
Yep.
Oh,
Technically is true.
yeah, technically is true, but
They
Sorry,
they couldn't give us any more time.
What do you mean?
They processed her.
Oh,
she's,
so she could.
she's being dealt with today.
Okay. And so that with where is there? Is it the jail she's going to, or?
I would be surprised if the Mullins didn't push for hanging. They think-
God damn this fucking city.
I mean, she did try and kill like 1,000 or so people, so I'm not too grieved about it. But you know,
The poor girl is clearly suffering from serious mental health problems. That shouldn't be a death sentence. We should help.
we did try.
Fuck the police.
I know.
Seems unfair.
Sometimes you just can't fix everything.
But she didn't do anything particularly. I mean,
I mean, she poisoned an entire brewery and was going to poison an entire city. She did stuff.
Yeah, but she has mental health problems.
She
needed help. She was
she's
ill.
being chased by the Raven Queen or something.
Fuck the gods.
She still tried to kill a bunch of people.
Damn the gods.
I wouldn't if I were you. They tend to not take that too nicely.
I just look up in the sky and just say, damn the gods.
For just a moment, you think you hear thunder in the distance. Cool. You guys,
Poor girl. And you did
Yeah.
all you can.
What more can we do?
You fought and bargained for her.
What more can we do? They couldn't hold on to her any longer. We agreed we can't let her go. So
I feel like one of the bottles of brandy. And just pop it open and say, well, I guess I'm opening this sooner than I thought. And just take a hefty swig.
play. Let's get on this train anyway. We've got a train to catch.
cool.
Yep.
In that case, those of you that are still lost in the woods, it's just coming up on 7 a.m. Elwyn and Carl made their way up the ladder at the end of last session to assess the current situation, and found that Elwyn was pretty sure he does not recognise the area of the forest they're in. They appear to be in a new area. What does anybody, anyone that's still in the cavern want to do at this point?
Sit in the toilet.
Sit in the toilet or
Sit in the bathroom.
sit in the toilet? That's fine.
No,
me and Carl. We were just having a drink. Sat up
Yep.
there.
By the way, I don't have any toucan vision on the cavern.
Oh, really? Exciting.
Yeah, we're drinking the fairly dodgy wine that we found.
We may need a toilet in a minute.
See dear kin.
And we are certainly Carl is being careful not to go too far
Actually,
from the entrance to the
Can
thing.
Leokin try stealthily get out of the bathroom?
Yeah, make a stealth check for me. Nice. Yeah, you're able to get out of the bathroom, and you seem to, despite their tokens being on the map because I've left them there, you find no trace of Carl or Elwyn at all. Pepper is sort of just resting at the bottom of the ladder here, and you can see the hatch at the top of the ladder is open.
Pepper was resting outside the toilet.
Aha, I see. In that case, let's have a look at... make a perception check for Pepper for me, quick. Apparently, somewhat tired, not paying a lot of attention, because Leokin, you are able to secretly make your way past Pepper unseen.
Yay. Can I try close the door behind me?
Yeah, it's cool, no worries. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to move room, but I don't want to say where I'm going.
Okay. You might have
I
to.
can't move because the game's paused.
That's cool. Wait, go for it.
One thing to remember is that we should try hard to separate what the players know to what the characters know. So you can feel free to say where you're going. We just will have to pretend like we
Okay.
don't know.
Can I just hide like behind here?
You're just hiding that area where all those groups were previously, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What, you're just hiding out there, are you?
Yep.
Fair. Carl and Elwin, you got any plans for the day at all? Or, like...
Make some arrows while we drink. Should we try making our own alcohol over here? See if they've got anything to make it.
Yeah, if we can find something, I might go and root around the kitchen, have a look for some more food. Although we did that a bit more yesterday. See if there's anything that's in any way edible.
Do you have any rope left on us?
I think I've got some rope. If I remember
Might
correctly.
close the rope around myself and like connect it to this tunnel.
Mm.
And then maybe forage for some berries or something so we can make a nice fruit beverage.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. There must be some rope in the yeah, I don't have any rope, but there must be some rope in the cave system somewhere.
Did I do I still have my hunting trap?
Yes, you do, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll set that up and tell Carl and shout down that I'm setting a trap up at
Mhm.
the entrance to the cave, so if
Mhm.
anything comes near it, like any other creatures, enemies, it might like set up on them.
Watch out for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll try and stealthily put it near the door, so if anything does, it might do it, and I'll set up the hunting trap.
Cool. Okie dokie,
Um,
that's cool.
I'm gonna have a wander around the caves, looking for rope. That's about it. I'm gonna go and knock on the loo door a few times.
No answer.
Wander past, muttering about
You're
sulking
able to
people.
find two bundles of rope, in fact, as you sort of look around in general. Yeah.
Excellent. I will take that up, chuck that out up on the ladder so that Elwin can maybe tie himself to that.
Tie myself to the rope, and then I'll just search for some berries or some berries and bits that we can make food and drinks with.
Okie dokie. No worries.
Yeah, but other than that, I think we're just gonna sort of rest, think about the experience we had. Should I go and
yeah, you
Gonna
can, you can start looking for some nearby berries, doing a bit of foraging and stuff, Elwin. As you are doing so, can I get you to also make for me a perception check? Oh, that's just for Elwin, sorry.
Right.
You sure?
Oh, we're in the forest, don't I get advantage?
Yeah, you do. Make one more for me. That seems better. That seems a lot better.
So I get for my survival as well, or berry hunting, forest.
Oh, you would have done as well, actually. Yeah. Roll one more survival for me.
Might find some really nice berries this time.
Yeah, as you're rustling about, yeah, you're sort of looking around, looking for him. All of a sudden, your ears sort of prick up, Elwin, as you get the sense of like movement in the trees up ahead of you. And you got a really high perception check. Yeah, you are able to look out, and you can see there's some movement actually up ahead. Sort of moving through some bushes and trees up ahead of you, and you spot what looks like 4 ogres. And they're sort of like marching through these trees, but they seem to stop every now and again, and they're sort of like rustling through hedgerows and bushes as they do. Looks like they're looking for something, or maybe hunting for wildlife themselves. Might be doing the same thing you're doing, foraging.
Can I go cacao down the bottom to the car and go, cacao! Enemies! Cacao! And then I'll try and stealth and hide.
Yeah, make a stealth check for me, quick.
Hope Cacao can hear me after I do it.
Yeah, you make this noise trying to sort of get Carl's attention where he is at the bottom of the stairs there.
Do I hear him?
Yeah, you hear him, Carl. But Elwyn, so do these ogres, and all of a sudden you notice one of the ogres sort of stops and looks over in your direction, just silently, like you sort of freeze up, trying to sort of blend in, but you are almost sure its gaze is just like straight on you, and there's like a moment of silence, and then it just lets out this loud grunting noise and starts moving in your direction. Another one follows up behind it. They're probably 35 to 50 feet from you.
Yeah, I will go behind where I put my trap.
Mhm.
So if you get closer, you will hopefully get on my trap.
Yep.
And I will start throwing arrows at them.
Seems fair. Yeah, Carl, you do hear him call out from you.
Well, when he
Call out to you.
calls out, I'm going to start climbing up.
Yep. No worries.
Not too quickly, but not too slowly. I'm going to be listening out. So I guess once I hear the ogre, I might go a bit quicker.
Okie dokie. The Oaking, can you make a perception check for me?
Yeah.
Let's see if you're paying enough attention. Nice. You do also hear the noise.
Okay.
Yeah, in that case, good luck, Elwyn. Yeah, we'll go into initiative, I guess.
Was it an ogre that was the big thing we fought in the final room?
No, it's a troll.
As a troll, I always get this confused. Like the level of like random humanoid, but also sort of orky thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Elwyn, this first ogre starts marching towards you. As it reaches this point, seems so focused on you, doesn't notice this hunting trap you've laid on the ground, and yeah, just steps straight on top of it.
Nothing like pissing him off.
It immediately snaps shut around this creature's feet. It makes a dexterity saving throw. And it passes.
Okay.
We don't have a like DM vision or something on this scene because I don't really see it's a blank forest map.
I'll just have to put your tokens on the map so you guys can see what's going on for the time being.
Yeah, that's alright.
Go on Sam's Twitch and watch it through that.
I could do actually.
There you go, I'll do that. Just make you guys invisible or something.
Oh. Hello.
Yeah, reaches that far, steps onto that trap, just sort of like dodges out of the way of it, Elwyn, or just reacts in time to see it, and then picks up this javelin that it has and just throws it towards you. That hits you, Elwyn, for 11 piercing damage. You are next in initiative, though. It's your turn.
Did I notice how far he moved?
He moved 40 feet.
Where's the entrance?
Back down this direction, probably about another 40 feet or so.
Okay.
40 feet that way. Okay, 2 seconds. Bonus action. I will Zephyr Strike myself.
Ooh.
I'll cast that. Just means I can move an extra 30 feet.
Yep.
one weapon attack on your turn that deals an extra 1d8 force damage on a hit.
Yeah.
And you get an extra. I didn't realise it did damage as well. I've been using it as an extra movement.
It's good.
Okay. It's an action to dash. Wait, no. That means I can still move 65 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How close would that get me to the entrance of the cave?
Oh, that would get you there. You're like 60 feet away.
Okay, I will do a shot first. Because I feel brave.
You have no arrows, I think.
I've got 7.
Oh yeah, you do. You are right. You have 7 left.
I picked them off.
Take it back. You did, yeah.
Did I roll it? Oh, it's advantage.
Nice roll with advantage, that.
And then I will move 65 feet backwards. Takes me off the map, so I don't know what you're going to do with that.
That's cool. I will
Cheese it.
move you to there and then move them back 40 feet each. Seems the easiest way to do that. Cool. Yeah, and you are right at the entrance to the cave at this point. All good. This one here will just move down towards you. He'll take a javelin shot at you, but you got a good bit of distance on him. And with disadvantage, he still hits you.
Oh, I've only got armor class 14.
Even with disadvantage, he gets an 18. Hits you for 13 piercing damage. That will test your concentration. Yeah, you drop your concentration. Cool. Carl, it is your turn. It'll take you 1 turn to climb the ladder, essentially, if you want to.
Well, I'll start climbing the ladder. Can I see Elwyn at the top?
Yeah, you can see. You can just see Elwyn's figure at the top of the hatch there. Yeah.
And I've seen him get hit with a javelin.
Yeah.
As he got there, and I'm going to get about halfway up, and then I'm going to shout, "Climb down! Get down here. We're better off together."
Cool.
And I'm going to start backing down while also just shouting at the top of my voice, "Leokin, get out of here, kid. We've got company."
Nice. Okie dokie. This ogre here dashes forwards, Elwyn, and he will also throw a javelin at you. That one misses though. That just flies over your head and just lands in the ground behind you, sort of spear first into the dirt. And then there's just one more that does the same thing as they approach you. That one does hit you for 9 piercing.
He's still alive.
Glad that one didn't hit because I might have been down then.
The Oakin, what do you want to do? You are hidden away in the cave at the moment, but you can hear some kind of commotion.
Can I start, can I dash to get up?
Yeah. Yeah, if you dash from where you are, you'll sort of reach Carl at the bottom of the ladder at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Cool, this ogre here, Elwyn, dashes down towards you again. Has no javelin left though, so he just takes dash action. Sort of towers straight over you, but has no actions left to actually attack. But he's just sort of breathing right into your face as you're stood at the top of the hatch there. It's your turn.
I will Zephyr strike myself again.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I still see him towering over the entrance? I'll drop to the bottom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I'll drop to the bottom and then when I get there, I'll shoot at him.
Cool, go for it.
It would have put a disadvantage on right next to him currently.
Yeah, do that.
Obviously sharpshooter because you can't go wrong. Why have I got advantage?
Zephyr strike, right?
Zephyr strike got advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage.
Oh yeah. It's one weapon, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that hits.
Oh, sharpshooter gives an extra 10 damage. It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fortunately, both your
Wow.
die rolls are pretty low, but yeah, 17 damage.
Cool. I'll get my way down to the bottom of the thing. And
Yep.
how much have I got left after getting to the bottom?
That will take all your movement.
I've got.
Oh no, you got Zephyr Strike. Yes, you still got like 30 feet left. Yeah.
Okay, I want to just get back from the entrance drops a little bit.
Yeah, no worries.
I will go to the toilet thinking Leakin's around that way.
That's
Because
cool.
the character going to hopefully he would heal me. So I'll go towards the toilet when I drop down.
Yeah, that's cool. Okie dokie. Right, so on the ogre's turns, they are just going to move. Stand at the top of this ladder, looking stupid and confused.
Just how big are these ogres, and how small is the entrance?
This is a very valid question. Ogres are large creatures, but there was a troll living here previously.
True.
Pretty similar in size, so they could probably get down. They probably wouldn't be at their most agile doing it. It's certainly not made with them in mind, probably.
Perfect.
What I will do very quickly is this. Let's move combat across maps. It's magic. Yeah, Carl, it's your turn.
Right. I'll look across at Elwyn as he came down and then backed off down towards the toilet and just go, "You didn't think to shut the door then?" And very aware that any minute now an ogre might drop down or decide to chuck something down.
I'll shout 4 as I'm going past him. Because I don't know if he can see or not. I'm guessing he doesn't know how many there is.
I can see 2, I think.
Yes, you can at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I just sort of poke my head out, look up. Oh, fuck. Best thing I can think we can do is I'm going to move back into a corridor.
This one.
Yeah, I'll go back to this one. Leakin, get into one of the other corridors.
Oh, if you're at the bottom, so they can't come
Okay.
down and stuck on top of each other, right?
Well, they're going to come down one at a time, and they might jump down. But yeah, I'm just
Where should I get again? When it's
One of
my
the-
turn?
just get into one of the corridors, just so that
Okay.
we've got like a. I think the technical term is a kill box.
We'll be in the same corridor.
If we're in the same corridor, we're all shooting over each other. So I reckon we're.
I can shoot over people's arms.
You go in front of Elwyn, Leakin, and I'm gonna pretty much leave it at that. I think I will.
Oh, Pepper would not be staying there, by the way, Sam.
That's fine. Yeah, do you want to she can like follow you down, right?
Pepper's no longer an attack pet.
That's fair.
She did it once and died.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna get my sword out, and then I'm gonna just put it on the side, leaning against the wall, ready to grab, and I'm just getting the crossbow, and I'm just gonna hold an attack for an ogre appearing coming down. Well, no, any creature coming down the ladder. I don't want to limit it to ogres.
Oh, I'm an idiot as well, Sam.
Go on.
I get 2 attacks around now.
You do. Oh yeah, you do. We are level 5.
Bit late now, remember him.
It's worth remembering for next.
Can I hold 2? Can I hold? Oh, is it that I get to attack twice for the attack action, or is it 2 separate attack actions?
So yeah, taking an attack action lets you take 2 actions. Holding an attack lets you hold 1 attack.
Oh, that's rubbish, but I'll live with that. Okay.
Leokin, it is your turn.
Leakin's turn. Can I go stand in a corridor?
Sure. Is that
Okay.
you? You're just hanging there, are you?
Yeah, and can I hold an attack?
Yeah. Cool. Right, so at the start of the next round, you suddenly hear this sort of like pounding on that. You see that ladder starts to shake a little bit. As one of these ogres starts making his way down, and it's really not very comfortable. It's a little unsure, but you see him sort of coming down a little. He's going to make a dexterity check. It's not good. He sort of makes it about halfway down this ladder before just sort of falling, landing on the ground, landing prone. And he also takes a little bit of damage. Yeah, he takes 5 force damage as he lands on the ground there. And that ends his turn. He's prone at the bottom of the ladder there. Anyone that's got held actions can use him if they want to.
I'll take a shot with the crossbow. I know I'm going to get disadvantage because he's prone, but I'll live with that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Bloody hell.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess that's it. That's my
okay.
held.
Yeah, sorry.
That's cool.
Fly out that great sword, Leokin.
I'm gonna use my new greatsword. Oh wait, I can't attack it. No, I should be able to. Oh wait, no. Oh, I have a bow.
You're next to it right now. You can do a crossbow action or a bow action.
There we go.
Lovely.
You're also not attuned to your new sword yet, so you won't get the magical benefits of it. Yeah, that hits.
I get an extra attack as well now.
You do if you're attacking on your turn, but not with held actions.
Oh, okay.
Elwyn, though, it is your turn for real.
Didn't I have an extra dagger at some point? Someone gave me another dagger, right?
I did.
Yeah, you should have 2, shouldn't you?
Yeah, you have my dagger.
There's only 1 on your sheet for some reason. I've just noticed that.
So with can I do 2 dagger attacks and then a bonus action dagger attack?
Yeah, I think so.
Does that work?
I think that works for extra attack.
Daggers are light. So you
Yeah,
get
they are, aren't they? So yeah, you can, yeah.
And Zephyr Strike, I can't get provoke attacks against me anyway, can I? Because it's still up.
Yes.
Cool. So I can go 30 feet there, and just go 1 dagger attack. And is the second one something different?
That hits. No, it's the same attack still. You just don't get proficiency on the offhand one. It's proficiency you don't get, isn't it, Jake?
Yeah, you don't add proficiency to the damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's going to be the bonus action.
No, the strength modifier, or whatever.
Yeah. But it's the modifier you don't get on the damage roll.
You don't get a modifier on the damage. Yeah.
Okay, so it will be this attack with no modifier.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, you just get 3 instead of 6.
How much movement have I got left? 35.
None.
Oh, sorry, what was that? That was 10, 20, 35.
Nice.
You haven't got
I've
massive
put it
movement
there,
still,
but-
right?
Huh?
I'm pretty.
I have to get to him.
Yeah, but it doesn't Zephyr Strike only give you the movement on the turn?
Yeah.
You do
The no opportunity tax is for the whole spell. The movement's just on that turn.
Oh, I wouldn't have gone in close if I knew that. So you can take that damage off. I wouldn't have done that. I've done arrows.
Oh.
Also,
I only did it 'cause I thought I had the
didn't
movement.
concentration drop ages ago as well?
He recast it.
You cast it. I missed that
Yeah.
part.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on then. I'll let you take the damage back. It's fine.
At the end of your turn, sorry.
It's all good.
I should be on less health as well, right? My health's gone up 11. I've been healed at some point.
Oh, it's undone the wrong damage. That's fine. That's cool. I can sort that.
I was on 9 health, not 20.
You can ignore the constitution for it. It's fine.
Instead, I will cure wounds myself.
Okay.
Sorry to be a pain there. I didn't realise I'd
That's
never
alright.
moved.
I'll let
I
it
would
this
have.
time. Next time you forget, it's your
I would
problem.
have left myself next to him. I'm sure I used Zephyr Strike like that the first time.
There you go. Have some healing.
Yeah, I'll keep Zephyr Strike up. And I was just going to go back even further. I'll move this way instead. Go
Okay.
further up the corridor. Knowing that he does 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, I'll probably just move to like there.
Yep.
Pepper will go behind me a bit more.
Yeah, it's cool. Carl and Leokin, you see another shadow looming at the top of the ladder there. And he looks down. He sort of shouts down to the other one. He goes, "I come down as well." And he's gonna make another dex check. This one's a little bit better. He climbs down. As he reaches the bottom, he just sort of jumps to the side so he doesn't land on top of his buddy there. And he just, as he sort of lands down his feet, he looks around quick and he looks straight at Uliokin, just like growls and roars. But that's it for his turn. Carl, it's your turn.
Do we charge? No, I'll take. I don't want to take a shot. He's going to come in. He's going to come in and attack us. Fuck it. Right, yeah. I'll drop the crossbow, grab the sword, and then move up to him.
Yeah, boy.
There. Target him, and then swing with the longsword. Why? Oh, he's prone. Oh,
He's
nice.
prone, yeah. Yeah, it does 10 damage.
And then I'll attack him again.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah, boy.
Nice.
What a god.
15 damage for that time.
Yeah, he's not dead though.
He's not.
She's unfortunate.
That's what you've got action search for, right?
Yeah, but that seems a bit early to use that. That will. I'm going to just move a little bit, finish my turn, and that will be done. That's me done.
Okay. Leokin.
Ooh.
Nice, that's a good hit. Yeah. You kill this poor guy that's just prone on the ground, Leokin. It's horrible.
And then swings. Oops.
That was a crit miss, though, yeah. Not as good.
Overconfident.
Hey, how should I do, Leokin? You might be muted because you haven't said anything for your whole turn.
Oh,
Anything else?
no.
Okay. No worries. You hear just above you, Leokin. You can just see a sort of shadow. You can't see any sort of body. You hear this shadow, and this voice sort of booms down and goes, "What's going on down there?" And this one that you swung at, as it sort of dodges out of the way of your greatsword, he sort of calls back up and he says, "Stupid creatures, 3 of them." Elwyn, it's your turn.
Oh shit. I'll buy some arrows.
Yeah, it is.
Did I not sharpshooter?
You didn't know.
Oh, sorry, I thought I pressed sharpshooter. I actually pressed it because I had advantage with Zephyr Strike, but still.
There you go.
Nice.
27.
27 damage. It's pretty nice, Elwyn. If Ash will do.
Bonus actions I can do. I will be losing Zephyr Strike.
Mhm. Oh, we go get your level 2 spell. Exciting.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast it there,
Yeah. Nice.
and I believe I get a heal on myself without doing an action.
Isn't it when you start your turn there, I think?
That's what I was just reading. Start your turn there. You can use a spirit.
Start your turn there or enter it, yeah.
Enter it. Okay, I can't use it yet.
That's cool.
How many have I got of it? I tell Carl if he wants to get any healing, use this little wolf guy.
Okay.
It's going to be my healing spirit as a little wolf. That resembles Jeva.
It's a mini wolf, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you click on it and you can get a heal for free heal.
Cool.
Cool. This ogre here,
Alright.
he swings at you, Leokin, angrily with his great club. But you just sort of duck underneath it, and it sort of swings, it hits the cave wall. And then he calls back up at that voice from the top of the ladder and says, "Come down here, fight for Mangus!" Yeah, another one appears at the top there. But has no grace apparently. And just like his buddy previously,
Drops.
yeah, drops down, falls prone, and takes 3 damage in the process.
Well, that's handy.
Carl.
Well, it would seem rude not to... Oh, what was that? Oh, I'll attack myself just to encourage myself, and then I will attack. Okay, that's falling down. Right, yeah, I'll attack it.
Nice.
And then the second hit.
Shocking damage roll.
I wonder who's going to... I'm going to try this. I'm going to forego my second attack. I'm going to use a bonus action to direct one of my companions to strike. Leokin, hit this thing.
Okay.
Choose a friendly creature who can see or hear you and expend 1 superiority die. That creature can
Nice.
immediately use its reaction to make 1 weapon attack, adding the superiority die to its damage roll.
If you target the Oaken and do that, it should give him the damage bonus.
Okay, let's do that. And then that's Commander's Strike. Usability.
Yeah, you get to make an attack, Leokin.
Okay. So we're aiming for the green one.
You might as well. It doesn't really matter, I don't suppose. But yeah, that's the one I was thinking. You get advantage on that one.
Nice.
Not too bad.
Big damage. That greatsword is good. Yeah, 16.
And that was my second action, and that was my bonus action as well. I think so. That's me done.
Nice. Leokin, your actual turn.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna now hit the green one.
Yep.
With my actual turn. And hit it, and then I'm gonna hit it again.
Yeah, you are smashing away at this poor ogre on the ground. Yeah, you're horrible.
Is he not dead?
He's not dead. They got a lot of health, ogres, man. Anything else you'd like to do, Leokin?
No.
Okay. Again, there's another voice from the top, that same voice you heard before. He calls down, he goes, you see you actually see this head appear at the top of the ladder, Leokin, and he almost sort of laughs, and he goes, You both fail, idiots! And that's Elwin's turn. Elwin, you start your turn there, so you can roll a d6. Nice.
I get 1 hit point.
Value.
That's a good level 2 spell.
I can move it. It's a free heal.
You
like,
can, yeah. Oh, no, it is good. It's just one rolling a 1 sucks.
I've just realised I had disadvantage on this guy because I'm stood next to him now, and
Yeah, you would.
I haven't got any arrows anyway now. I don't think I've got 3 arrows. Can I see that guy at the top of the thing? Oh.
Yeah.
Can I shoot at him?
The one's at the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It's this dude over here.
Cool. That one.
Yeah.
I will shoot him twice.
You miss. And you miss again.
Urgh.
There go those arrows.
Yeah, I've got 1 arrow left. Can I do an arrow and a normal attack on a go, or is it just a normal attack?
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool. So I got 1 more attack, 1 more attack. Bonus action. I've got them all in use. That is me go done.
Fair. Okay. This guy here, Leokin, just swings at you again with a great club. Hits you that time.
Okay.
Gonna hurt.
The reaction.
It's
Oh
a
dear.
crit hit.
Oh dear.
28 damage.
Flipping
Oh dear.
Ludge.
That's
Wow.
revenge for smashing away his friend on the floor, Leokin. Yeah, that one hurts pretty good. As he hits you again with that time, he smashes it into you, and he can sort of sense that he's got a really good blow on you, and he stops and he sort of lifts the great club up above his head. He shouts, "For Mangus!" This other one that's on the ground spends half his movement getting up from his prone, and then he senses blood, proverbially, and he swings his great club at you as well, Leokin.
Yay.
And yeah, you sort of stumble back from that first hit, and you're able to just sort of bring yourself to your senses just in time to sort of duck down below as that great club swings over your head, and you avoid it. Carl.
So that ogre is facing Leokin.
Yes.
So if I was stood here,
Yeah,
or
you are flanking.
there, I would be flanking him. In which case, the other thing. Oh, that'll do.
Nice.
The other thing I did was I realised I still had the shield of resistance equipped, which last thing I did with it. Oh, that's handy. Was chuck it down that corridor.
You did throw it away down there somewhere. Yeah.
So I've re-equipped my own shield.
Cool.
But thought I'd let you know in case it wants to spring onto my arm or anything
I
useful
will
like
bear
that.
that in mind.
So I moved a bit. I took 1 attack. Can I move a bit more and then take another attack?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, attacks don't have to be at the actual same time.
That's brilliant. And then, that's not so good.
Hey, that evens things out.
Yeah, slipped in the gore. Yeah, that'll do. End my turn.
Nice. Leokin, you are feeling pretty heavily wounded. That 1 hit took a lot of health from you. Elwin does have his healing thing up though, if that is of any use to you. If you start your turn there or enter it, you heal 1d6.
He's not bothered by
He
that.
can
He's here for
shrug it
blood.
off and just keep hitting, yeah.
Yeah.
Luke and hitting.
Whoa.
It's again.
That sword is amazing.
That's not even the magic one. Yeah, you swing the greatsword at him again a second time, and And as you do, you sort of swing it up towards his sort of like neck. He just screams out and he shouts, "Avenge me, Mangus!" And then you just sort of slice his throat, and yeah, he drops to the ground. Anything else for you, Logan?
Nope.
Fair. This last ogre at the top of the stairs, you see him look down briefly, and then he actually drops his great club, and it drops down to the ground, lands next to you, Carl, with a thud,
Yeah.
and you see him sort of dash off, sort of running away. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to give chase?
I'll climb up the ladder,
Mhm.
but I'm not going after him. I'm just gonna
Wave him goodbye.
Yeah.
get close, listen, then pop my head back and duck back down again in case he's waiting to try and hit me, and just hopefully watch him running away.
Yeah, as you get to the top of the stairs, you just see him disappearing into the tree line.
Oh,
Elwyn, you can roll one more d6. You get another go on your healing spirit because it's still up even if combat ends.
better.
Theoretically, how many hills does it have? What's my,
One plus your spell casting ability modifier, I think, which is wisdom for you, right? So 4 times in total. So I mean, you've got 2 more uses if you just want to stand in it.
Yeah, I'll do one more on me, and I'll bonus action and move it on top of Leakin.
Yeah, sure. Roll one more d6.
Like, basically tell the wolf just to, like, run over to Leakin and jump in. My plan with that is to say if someone gets unconscious at the start they go, they get a free heal, which means that when they're unconscious, they won't have to do saving throws because they literally become.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that is good.
Even if
Nice.
it's like one health, they'll always be woke back up and can do their turn because they don't need to take an action for it.
Yeah, you guys see Leokin for the first time since Winterworld.
I heal myself.
Should we go and cover up the little hole and like try and like hide it?
Oh, what, the entrance?
Yeah, I'll go and get my little trap, put it above it, and then maybe cover some bushes up on it, and maybe watch guard in case anything comes running down.
Yeah.
Do they have anything on the ogre bodies that are down here?
No, they've each got a great club on them. The 3 of them down there. Nothing else of note. No.
Maybe these great clubs.
You do have 3 large ogres' bodies down there now. Plenty to eat if you're hungry.
Would I know if we could make ogre steak?
Oh God, no. They say elves will eat anything.
Have I eaten it before?
They yeah, ogre can actually be quite good. It's quite a tough meat. But yeah, you can make a decent meal of it.
You're the cook, Carl, aren't you?
I'm not cooking them.
What if you turn into a stew? I've heard it tastes just like cow.
Oh, I'm just gonna wander away, muttering that elves will eat bloody anything.
I will try and do like a survival check to try and cover up the entrance, and maybe we should have asked who Magnus was.
Luck, he's going to be lost now.
Yeah, you make a decent attempt sort of covering up that hatch lid or making it blend in.
Is the trap reusable, by the way?
Yeah, I'm fine with hunting trap being reused. Yeah,
I'll put the trap on that same survival check and hiding it under
Yeah.
any glass fruits that's there.
that's cool.
I guess we're gonna shut the door for now.
Ow.
Yeah, unless you guys have any other
Oh.
plans for the.
Oh, I like the fresh air. No. Come back down.
You guys are happy to wait out for the rest of your party at this point. Or...
I will go over to Leokin. You all right, lad?
Yeah,
You feeling better now?
a bit. I had a weird dream. I was in this weird elf
Elf,
town Christmas
snow,
thing.
gingerbread
Yeah.
man. Yeah. I think we all had that dream.
That's me giving you that card you got next year.
It's not a dream. It's real.
I don't know.
Is
No
Leokin
shame.
carrying the ice sword? Is it like in his backpack or anything?
And I got this like weird ice sword.
What did it look like?
It could make your heart.
It's like a great sword, but it's like covered in ice.
So does that look magical? Guess it does.
Certainly looks magical, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, be
I
careful.
just realised he can't really walk
Just-
around with it in the town, can he?
Well, I guess sheathed is probably okay, but be careful with that. There's always a price to pay if you fuck around with magic. Just
I'll do what I want with magic.
Savage.
yeah. So do you still think do you think you're evil then?
Not necessarily. I mean, I guess I'm evil.
What makes
I
you
think you're
evil?
misunderstood.
Stealing, pickpocketing,
Oh, I don't know.
using magic.
Survive.
Yeah. They're using magic maybe, but you're not a sorcerer though, are you?
Not
It's
necessarily, no.
it's something more. It's almost religious with you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, lad. I don't know. I mean, I don't know I'm any judge, but I've not seen you do anything evil. I mean, stupid, maybe. Impetuous, certainly.
Mhm.
But, you know, picking up stuff that's not yours, and that's wrong, but it's not evil.
Yeah.
I don't know. Come on, let's get these bodies dragged into one of the rooms before the elf tries to eat them.
We still got like the troll and all that in the room.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I was kind of thinking we must have piled all the dead bodies in one place. I imagine that's going to be stinking by now.
Is there any oil that we can like burn it all?
Yeah, there's like some oil in the sort of makeshift kitchen, yeah.
Is that a good idea?
I don't know. We're just burning and get rid of the smell so it doesn't smell down here.
Yeah, I'm just worried about it blocking out all the oxygen. I mean,
Oh, that is a very good point, especially if we've got the door locked. We won't do that.
we could.
What about before we go to bed, we leave the bodies up top? Then when we teleport somewhere, it's someone else's problem.
That is a great idea. Do you know what I was thinking earlier as well? You know, they've gone back into town to make sure that Christiana doesn't get
Yeah.
doesn't get like hung or anything this afternoon. Maybe what we should have said to him was bring her back here. Let the forest decide if she's evil or not.
Yeah, the forest let her out, didn't they? The forest
That's true.
Or evil.
That would have been like a real jolly great plan to share, wouldn't it?
Maybe we'll tell them this tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have to word it in 25 words, but yeah, we can do that.
Maybe
They'll be so
tomorrow.
pleased.
Bring the owner here. The forest
Yeah.
will tell you if she's good or evil. Maybe
It seems
she
like
got corrupted.
It does seem like a weird justice system. Anyone you catch, you just drag out into the forest and leave them there, and if they get back, then they're obviously not guilty.
Is there anything else you guys want to do whilst you're waiting in the cave?
I think, from Carl's point of view, no. We'd talk to Leokin, try and
We'll have
persuade
like
him that he's not evil.
Chat.
don't really want to talk about the our time with Jack Frost.
That's cool.
Oh yeah. You got a
And
whole ship from that, didn't you?
got what?
I saved Leokin though.
Did he?
India can just go find a room to just be by himself in again.
Do you want to cuddle up with the wolf? The wolf's quite nice to cuddle up to. Don't talk.
Or stay down here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't mind the idea of dragging the bodies up to the top, but that seems like a lot of work. Those ogres are
Do that
fucking
at
heavy.
night before we go to bed.
Ogres are pretty.
Yeah.
Not take the bodies up, but
If we tie a rope around and try and do a pulley system.
Yeah, I guess we might as well. We'll do that. We've got some rope. Yeah, we'll spend the afternoon doing that.
Building a pulley system and then putting them above.
You'll spend the afternoon trying to get rid of the bodies. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okey-dokey. That's cool. All right. Those of you on the lightning rail, yeah, we will advance. Do what? Sorry.
I got excited.
Yeah, we will advance forwards until 6 p.m. when you arrive in Pear Trees.
Well, whilst on the train, I turned to Z and say, "Z, I just can't see why you couldn't convince us to take Coricionia back to the forest and let the forest judge whether she's good or evil."
Honestly, yeah. No, I didn't even think of that. I'm not gonna lie. Didn't think about letting a forest be the almighty judge, but you know, that would have been a great idea. This is why I don't do the talking. My bad. Oh well, done now, isn't it?
My bad.
What will be,
That's
what will
it.
be, will be.
I'm guessing she'd be next year by now, right?
Yeah, probably.
You sound far too jolly.
Eh.
Done is done.
Yeah.
Could I say that I might have to get back on the train soon again? Because
What?
I need to.
You just enjoy this train a lot, do you?
No, I need to collect a weapon from the blacksmith somewhere.
Oh well, I'm sure we'll be going back through if you've got something ordered. That's not a problem. We'll grab it. We'll grab it when we go back through when we get the others. Awesome. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
we probably need to find out where the others are. I believe Eleanor had the sending stone, right?
I think so.
Eleanor and Carl, I think, had sending stones.
I do have something, yeah.
Could we maybe get in touch with Mr. Garbin?
Yeah, so I was actually just looking at things. So I was trying to remind myself what message did. Message isn't long range enough.
No, it's sending, is what it
Yeah,
does.
it's sending, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. 25 words, anyone in the same plane of existence as you.
And they get to reply, yeah.
Okay.
I think we've used it.
Yeah, they can't.
You
reply
used
back.
yours, Carl, but they each get one use.
Oh, you each get one.
No, they don't.
They
They only
do.
get one. Do they?
Yeah.
Once sending is cast through the stones, they can't be used again until next dawn. That
Yeah.
suggests to me like they only use once.
Yeah, each.
No. I'm telling you, they each
cool.
have one use.
Also, it's like next dawn. It's been a dawn since then, isn't it? That was sent yesterday.
It's been decent.
No, it's when you were.
It was this morning, yeah, when you guys were on the train, right?
It was after we woke up from our.
Oh
Yeah.
god, yeah, because it's been a dawn technically probably in Winter Wonderland, but not in actual real world lifetime.
Oh yeah.
I've my Foundy froze, so I went to refresh and now it's not loading.
Okay, so Wolf Fortune Z, what am I saying exactly? We should think about this carefully because we need to go and find them in this gigantic forest.
Yeah, we need them to find out where they are, right? Like in regards to where Pear Trees is. And then let us know somehow? Like, show us where they are, maybe? Feel bad suggesting that they should set fire to a tree, but can't argue with the results.
I was
Didn't
thinking
stop
that as
you
well.
before.
They could set fire to a tree and then stay there.
Yeah. And then we just head to that.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, if they can do that.
Okay. So, I activate it and say, "We're in Pear Trees. Set fire to a tree and stay next to it. We'll find you." That should be less than 25 words.
And we can reply.
Yeah.
Okay. Look for the smoke. Bring booze.
Doesn't need the rest of the words, he's good.
Does it get sent to Cole's head then?
Yes.
They go-
Yeah.
Apparently it does. I'll let Elwyn and Leakin know that we got this message. Hey, maybe we could we drag those bodies up. Could we make a pyre for them? They're pretty greasy. That should make a smoky fire rather than burning a tree, maybe?
Set fire to loads of corpses.
Yeah.
And then we could just like... Yeah. They'll find the corpses, we could just stay down here. Chill out.
You've spent the afternoon moving corpses up there, so yeah, you've got quite a funeral bonfire, I guess. Yeah.
If we get some wood. I mean, we could either get some wood off the trees, or we could just take some of this
Oh,
furniture
look,
from
yeah.
around here.
Make like a little make some like little kebab, fruit kebabs.
I'm not eating them.
Yeah, but
Although if we do get them alight, I might admit about half an hour in that they don't smell that bad.
Cool. Yeah. So you're just gonna light up this bonfire of bodies, are
I
you?
think so. If that seems, yeah. If it looks, if we think it'll produce enough smoke.
Yeah, that's cool.
Juice loads of different bits underneath them. We like make it.
Okay.
I think the rest of these ogres back to us though, so we have to like. Did I get like a short rest or anything while we were waiting?
Yeah. I mean, in fact, everyone can take themselves a short rest.
Right. Actually, I have got a question for you, Owen.
Yep.
Something we maybe discuss while we're doing this. You mentioned when I was talking about that bloody shield,
Yep.
and you were talking about, well, if it's cursed, then I better not get too far away from it. Did you say that?
Yes, I did. It's stuff I've heard about cursed items before.
So do you think
It's more Shane than the actual Elwyn?
that's a good bit of?
Well, have I dealt with cursed items in the past, Sam? Because I'm quite old.
No, nothing in particular. I mean, certainly aware of their existence, but I don't think any that you've ever come into contact with yourself. No.
I'm probably talking bullshit if you didn't.
That's fine.
That's what I think is true, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll talk about that for a bit. Carl's obviously a bit worried about that, and doesn't know whether he should be carrying the shield around with him or just leaving it down in the caves.
Win some, you lose some. If you want to get rid of it, let the forest deal with the shield.
Yeah.
If you leave it above when we go to sleep at night, it will then disappear in the forest and be gone forever.
But maybe it'll get so far away, and then that'll kill me.
I don't know if it'll kill you. It may make you longing to find the shield, and then you spend the rest of your life searching for the shield in the forest.
Oh, I'll think about it. But you do notice a little bit later, Carl does go down that corridor and gets the shield and puts it with his.
The Oaken,
puts it
when
with
you
his
long
pad.
rest, by the way, that gives you time to attune to your sword, if you wish to.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So those of you that were already good roll perception, didn't I? That were on the lookout for a bonfire. I guess you guys just heading straight for the forest when you get to Pear Trees. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that
I
makes
think
sense.
so.
I never saw the perception check.
They did make
Oh
them.
no. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you sort of cast your eyes up above the sort of tree line of the forest ahead of you, looking for any sign of smoke. What do we get? 11, 18, and 20. Nice. Warfalls, you're a bit slow to spot it, but Z and Eleanor, you spot a smoke signal that goes up around about the time you've sort of asked them to set this bonfire. And using your
That
power.
looks like ogre burning.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Eleanor knows all about that.
Has a very distinct smoke pattern. Yeah, using your sort of powers of deduction, you estimate it looks like it is approximately about 150 feet from the tree line.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
We head to it, right?
Right to it, yeah.
Yeah.
And can we literally stand in the tree line and see where they are?
Yeah, as you sort of start going through some of the heavy parts of the tree line, you come across where you find this bonfire of burning ogres' bodies, with presumably Elwyn, Carl, and the Oakin stood alongside it.
Well, you couldn't work
Wow.
out how to get out of the forest, really.
What?
Oh.
Just I didn't even.
They literally
It's-
were asked.
Yeah.
150 feet that way, lads.
You
150
can't.
feet.
You can't see it from here. I wasn't taking the risk.
Oh, Carl Garbin, I never thought I'd be saying this, but I'm glad to see you.
It's good to see you guys as well. I was starting to think I was going to be stuck here forever.
Well, we thought about it.
Oh, and I have something for you actually, Carl.
Oh,
And I hand over
slosh.
50 gold.
Oh, okay.
And one bottle of brandy.
Oh, well.
And say that is to cover. You buy me an entrance ticket to the raffle. In Winter Wonderland World.
That's okay. Thanks for the brandy. Unstopper it and have a nice, good drink of it. Stop drinking. Look like I'm about to offer it round. Then have another drink of it, and then offer it round.
Shouldn't we get out of the forest before it moves?
Yeah, are we leaving or?
Let's get out of the forest.
Yeah.
And then figure out what's going on next.
Come on,
Out of the
Okay.
forest.
Let's get our
And I will lead them back the exact way we came.
Yeah.
grab our stuff.
See if we magically get lost.
Um, you walk for 4 hours. No. You all begin walking.
Yep.
As we do, I am quickly gonna grab Cody. Can you just jump in there for voice chat with me very quickly?
So as we're walking, I will just ask. Oh, first of all, Chris.
Hello.
could be a
But
really
yeah,
good
like I was
first
saying, like
Mm.
I understand it's just playing in Sam's game. It's just an absolute nightmare.
I know, but he,
tries.
you've
You
got to, otherwise the rest of them don't turn up.
you deal with a party that decides to travel 16 hours in the opposite direction of each other.
Not my fault.
You had the choice to go, no, they can't see the smoke. Let's spend the next 18 weeks
I did really
separated.
strongly consider how I was going to do it. I was basically like, I don't want to deal with them being apart for too long at this point. Yeah, you'll carry on walking, and yeah, with no issue at all. 150 feet doesn't take you too long at all, and you find yourselves on the edge of the tree line, and it opens up ahead of you, and you can see all the fields and farms surrounding pear trees. And you each slowly take a step of foot out of the forest. And yeah, you have all left Needham's Grove.
I put my arm
Never.
around Leokin and say, I'm glad to see you had a change of heart.
Thank you.
I have
All I'm
never been
saying-
so pleased to see farmers in my life.
Why did we come all the way back?
Speaking of heart, I asked all the others if they. I asked like the people who were in the forest. Do you know if did we kill a big gingerbread man in the dream thing that you all had?
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Did it drop a heart?
you as well. Like a big ruby thing.
Yeah. I reach into it and I say, did it look like this? I pull it out.
That's the one.
Yep.
How
It
long
wasn't a
was getting
dream.
out of the main city with that?
Hmm?
I asked that to Carl.
No one searches things when they leave the city.
Going into the city.
Into the city,
Didn't
they're
you
probably
go to the city through the train?
there must be a bit of customs there or something. I don't know, but it's a Warforged. It's a automaton.
What?
I was about to say people don't search carts when they go into the city, but they do. I don't know.
Maybe you didn't search carts when you were on the guard.
Probably very true. I mean, we just see them. You see the automatons just going in and out of places, doing whatever their jobs are. Normally, most of them.
Right, never mind. Actually,
You're coming up with a really good smuggling scheme.
Well, mostly if you stop them, then they get a bit confused and sometimes get lost, and then you get the owners come and complain at you.
Maybe I could make a new business plan.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Is there a pub in this place?
Yes.
I am so hungry.
Okay, let's go to the pub and then work out what the hell we're doing and maybe come up with a better plan than last time.
I think it was a great plan last time. Yeah.
Which is why you ended up as a guard.
That's fair. So yeah, can't find a bar.
Okay, as you guys make your way away from the tree line and sort of start heading back towards walking across all these fields and farms, you spot up ahead. There's on one of these various little farms. There's one that's looks like one of the more modest sized sort of fields. Looks almost like really more of a yard than a field itself. There's a small cottage. As you pass it, you can hear there's like this sound of buzzing. You can just about spot over. There's the fence is a little taller than some of the other fences around.
Mm-hmm.
but over the top of it, you can spot there are two. You can see sort of two sort of figures moving around, and they're dressed like head to toe in this like white robes, stockings, and they've got these large hoods with like just like a wicker mask.
Oh shit!
Any of any of you with any kind of experience of nature or rural areas would recognise these as beekeepers' outfits.
Oh. Cole was literally about to shit himself. That's okay.
I was ready to fight a cult for a second there.
Yeah, same here.
As I started describing them, I suddenly realised this sounds a lot like a KKK group. Like, yeah, I was like, oh, they're wearing white robes and white outfits. Yeah, no, it's not that bad.
That's what time in Jack's Winter Wonderland does for you. It puts you really on edge.
Yeah, and you can see you can just about spot they seem to be harvesting honey from a collection of beehives in the yard there. One of them stops as what it's doing and turns round and sort of you can see no facial features, but you see that the mask stops and sort of looks towards you, and then it starts sort of gesturing, waving you over, trying to gesture you all into this yard.
Look across at the others.
Why not?
Yeah, remind me. Sorry. What height are these people?
Look pretty standard height. Look like they're somewhere. It's hard to tell with the outfit because obviously you can't see their actual bodies, but somewhere between maybe 5'6", 6'2", something like that. Just there or thereabouts around top end of 5 foot, bottom end 6 foot.
Yeah, I'll join.
So not halflings then.
Not halflings, yes.
Okay.
That was really the question.
Yeah, you walk over to other gates. You let yourself into this gate and walk in. You can see there's actually looks like there are 6 of these large beehives, like cone-shaped beehives. And in the bottom of each, you can see like a small hole where there's lots of bees buzzing, sort of entering and exiting. One of these beekeepers is still sort of harvesting honey. You can see, whilst the other is sort of like gesturing you over. And yeah, as you approach, a male voice speaks out to you and says, "You excuse me for asking. The smoke. We noticed 3 of you heading into the forest towards the smoke, and then you all came back out. What is that?"
It's just a bonfire.
What kind of bonfire?
Barbecue.
It looked like a funeral pyre to me.
It's nice meat.
Do you have much experience of funeral pyres? I wonder if you could be of some assistance.
Do you need us to do a funeral for your bees?
Really little one.
Not quite.
What's going on?
Please come inside. Let me make you refreshments, and I can explain.
Got any honey mead?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll come in.
Yeah, I'm interested.
And you see he sort of gestures over at the other beekeeper and just waves them over as well. And this one that was speaking to you starts heading towards this cottage, and sort of opens the door and welcomes you in. As you enter, it's a very small cottage. There's like one room as you enter, and you can see one room on either side, off to the side. So it's like only like a 3-room sort of building. And the floors are all just made of dirt. There's no flooring or anything in the room themselves. And all over this sort of main room as you enter it, there's like shelves just floor to ceiling. And they just all seem to have bottles and like jars of honey on them. There's a couple of cushions scattered on the ground and a blanket on the floor. And just in one corner, you can see there's like a stove, like what looks like a very small, extremely modest, really quite basic sort of cooking area. He sort of gestures you inside and points down at the cushions and says, "Please, please, be seated, be comfortable, please. You are guests."
Can I check for traps?
Has this person taken their mask off yet? Sorry, I might
No, they haven't. Yeah, you can make a perception check if you want, quick, Elwyn. Nice. Yeah, you don't sense any kind of traps or anything. The floor is very sparse. There's no signs of any kinds of triggers or anything like that. Again, nothing you can see on like the walls or anything. No sign of traps. You look okay.
Safe.
And he sort of turns to the other beekeeper and says, please, my dear, refreshments for our guests." And this other beekeeper just sort of walks over to the this sort of, like I say, modest. It's not even a kitchen; it's just a corner of the room, and begins sort of pouring some kind of liquid into some wooden cups and brings them back over. Places down in front of each of you one of these wooden cups, and you can see there's some kind of just looks like liquid. No real colour to it. Nothing to it. Just looks almost like water. But there's a couple of just like flowers floating in each of the cups.
Does it smell of anything?
And you sort of have a sniff. Smells like rainwater. And then this same figure comes around to next to each of those cups and just puts down a what looks like a biscuit. And then on a little bit of further inspection, you notice they appear to be like almost like dried leaves from a tree, and sort of encased in dried honey. They're sort of like very sticky and solid. You could probably break your teeth trying to sort of crack into one. And the first figure sort of gestures and says, "Please, my guests."
Are you not joining us?
Well, we will. You are our guests, please.
Look across at everyone else.
I don't know how I feel about this. This feels a bit dodgy.
I don't take anything. I say, I'm very sorry. Could you take your masks off just so I can speak to you? I find it hard to speak to people when I can't lip read. I'm a bit hard of hearing.
We are not well accepted around here.
Doesn't bother me.
Join the club.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. And is it a point to seeing half the party?
I'll take a sip of the. Actually, I'll take a proper glug of the water.
Yeah, and it's pretty not grim as much as it is just bland. It just
bland.
tastes like slightly dirty rainwater. There's a very slight floral taste from this flower that's floating in it, but it barely really has a real taste to it, and so you don't seem to feel any ill effects. But as you sip it, the sort of beekeeper that's been speaking to you seems quite happy about this. It says, guests, welcome.
Yeah. I'll take the little biscuit thing and I'll drop it into the cup, and I'm going to slosh it round a bit and hope that it will liven up the flavour a bit.
Yeah.
Please, I really can't hear you. I have to lip read.
Please.
I don't care who you are, but we can't have this conversation. I can't talk to you.
Do not be afraid.
Oh, after the couple days we've had.
I'll look over at Eleanor and I'll say, yeah, I do agree with you. I'm getting Jack Frost vibes again.
And
But I think I'm awake.
reaches up and sort of pulls on the large hood over the head, and sort of pulls it off. And as it does, just reveals nothing. You see the top of the robes, like the shoulders, and then there's just nothingness above that.
Whoa.
This isn't helping my lip reading.
What's... what? I'll just down the rest of the drink, and then leaving the honey biscuit in it. I'm going to get out the bottle that I was given earlier. Pour in a big slug of that. Put the bottle in the middle between us and go, come on.
Are you invisible, or just is this costume a disguise? Are you much smaller than you appear?
Yes, much smaller. Funeral pyres. Can you help with a funeral pyre?
We can make fires if needed.
We would much appreciate that.
Who's it for?
Yeah.
And there's a short silence, and the body of the actual outfit turns to look sort of in the direction of the other beekeeper, and then back towards your group and says, "It is our son."
Sorry for your loss. Who are you?
We do not use names like you.
What are you?
We are parents asking for help. We just wish to see our son at peace, but we are afraid of fire ourselves. We cannot start the fire ourselves.
What can I hear coming from the suits?
Make a perception check for me.
Are they giant bees?
Well, I was wondering if it's just like a load of sentient bees.
That would be amazing.
What did you get? 14. Yeah, you can hear the sound of buzzing. But really hard to tell. It could just be the sound of those 6 beehives in the yard and not too far from the building itself. So you can hear the sound of buzzing for sure. Yeah.
Are you just bees?
Define just.
Are you sentient bees?
And again, sort of turns and looks over towards the other beekeeper, and then turns back and just we just want to see our son at peace. Oh, whoever's talking sounds like RoboCop.
Yeah, that was a bit weird, wasn't it?
Is that you, Cormac?
No.
Bought a little ad, and he actually sounds like a Warforge.
Somebody was talking. He sounded massively robotic.
I think it's Cody.
Yes, I think it is.
Cody, you've turned into a robot. Congratulations.
What?
Oh, you're no longer a robot. Congratulations.
I wasn't even speaking.
Phil?
What?
Then? Phil's not. I haven't heard Phil's voice in a while.
Yeah, Phil's nodding on his webcam. It's him.
Ah.
Congratulations, Phil. You're now a robot. I agree.
So, Leokin, how do you see this?
I see this as very sad. Their son.
Where is your son?
We have built a pyre behind the cottage.
What is going on?
Oh, hello, Phil.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
Is that working now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
working,
perfect,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Excellent. I've no idea. Oh, I give up. Yeah, I was asking, where is their son?
We have built a pyre in behind the cottage for him. He is there.
Should we go have a look? We should be able to help.
Yeah.
Please do not misunderstand.
Okay.
Um,
Misunderstand what?
Sort of gestures for you all to stand up and lead you back out of the sort of out of the cottage into the yard. Goes around the side of the cottage, like behind the cottage. And you can see there's a pyre made of like stacked wood in like a cone shape. Stands about 5 feet tall, maybe.
Okay.
And they again, the beekeeper sort of stops and points it and just says, "We are too afraid of the flames. We cannot start it ourselves. But if we know that burning him will mean peace and that no beasts will disturb him or dig him up."
The
So-
job for a wizard, I know.
What? Yeah. What's on
Well-
there? What's on the pyre? What can we see?
From where you are at the minute, you can just see. All you can see is just like stacks of wood.
I'll walk over to it, have a look, get close.
Do I get any sort of read about these people? Like, well, whatever they are. Like, I suppose it's quite hard because I can't really read any facial expressions. But do I get any sort of read about whether they might be like talking shit about this is actually their son, etc.?
Make an
They
insight
be
check.
Up here to kill Eleanor.
Seem pretty detached, but it's pretty hard to read. Like you say, you're sort of dealing with this sort of disembodied voice, essentially. So yeah, quite hard to get too much of a read. Z, as you approach, make a perception check for me.
Roger.
Yeah, you can see the like these stacks of wood, like I say, about 5 feet tall. It's hard to see much more beyond that. It's sort of stacked pretty densely.
I don't see a body of any kind in there.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have a good little bit of a route around, potentially move small non-structural pieces of this pyre to just see if I can.
Can I go
Yeah.
and give him a hand and see if I can see anything?
Yeah, make a perception check as well, Elwin.
Stop him in case he touches like the dead body or the dead bee.
Oh, Elwin.
I'm not worried about that.
Z, as you begin moving some bits of the pyre, and as Z's doing that, Elwin, you spot almost looks like what initially looks like almost like a honeycomb, I guess. Looks like some of the wood is stuck to it, and you're able to call out for Z to stop. You sort of point it out, and you both notice what you see. You see what looks initially like honeycomb. It's actually like honeycomb in the shape of a humanoid, and you're able to pick out these like finer details. You can see this like there's these like basically like a child's face made of honeycomb, but the it's parts of it are like sort of like rotted away, slightly melted almost, and you can see a few like flies crawling around all over it. And then Elwyn, as you suddenly notice you then suddenly notice these like just yellowy orange eyes just staring straight ahead, unblinking, with like there's almost like a tear of honey just dripping down the cheek.
I would like to cast Detect Magic, but I have to do it as a ritual, so there is going to be 10 minutes of me not doing anything.
Okay.
Have I heard any stories about like bees, live bees, or like?
You can make a nature check for me.
Can I just
know
make
what these are?
Nothing about this situation rings any kind of bells, you Elwyn.
Can I just make sure no one other than these beekeepers is nearby to see me doing reading book, etc.?
Like Carl.
Yeah.
Carl can see it. He can
What-
come hit. He can hit me if he wants. I don't mind.
Oh, I have missed you.
I'll start speaking to one of the beekeepers to distract them whilst Z's doing this, and say, "I'm incredibly sorry for loss. I didn't catch your name actually, but this must be really hard. You'll forgive us for being somewhat cautious. We've had a fairly rough couple of days, and we've been tricked more than once, and this is highly unusual. Please don't see it as any slight on you as a people."
And you just get no response. They just sort of stand.
Well, Z's obviously up to something.
What?
Guess we can.
It's a bit bizarre you didn't respond to me. Do nothing.
It's just this silence.
Are you still there? Sorry, I can't see you, so I don't know if you're still there or not.
We are here.
Why are you ignoring me?
How? I bet they're like made of like honey or something. That's what I think's gonna happen. It's gonna
While Eleanor's talking to them, I'm just going to sort of turn and head back towards the cottage.
Mhm.
And unless they do something to stop me or something like that, I'm just going to go into the cottage and just have a gentle look around. Does it look like people live here?
It's really shabby. Like I say, there's no flooring or anything. As you look into the first of the sort of side rooms, you notice there is what looks like a how best way to describe it. Looks like this room. It has no windows, and there's essentially what looks like a trough, but with like a long horse's trough, but with like a really makeshift wooden lid. There's just like a lid, like not even like attached to it, but just like a long piece of wood, like laying across the top of it.
Oh, just with my club, just lift it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it.
And as you do, this rancid smell comes out of it immediately, and you can see inside the trough there's like this it's like a mixture of like you can see that honey, there's some honeycomb, like some wax. You can also see bones. There's like some plants, mold. There's dead insects sort of like floating or stuck within this liquid mess.
This stinks of honey and magic. Carry on looking around. Look through the place. I'm hoping not to find the dead bodies of the farmers that actually live here.
You find no bodies, no sign of life at all. In the other room, there is 2 beds. There is there's like one double bed, and then there is a smaller child-sized bed. Neither of the beds are made, but they also don't really look particularly usable. They're really bed frames. There's no like mattresses or bedding. There's just like these wooden frames.
I'll carry on rooting around, give Z enough time to do his ritual, and come back out once I've.
Yeah, that's cool. Z, yeah, you were doing detect magic, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. You are able to complete it. There is the basically the outfits. The outfits just light up immediately. There's some kind of enchantment on them.
Okay. Anything about the body that was pointed out to me inside the fire?
There seems like there's some kind of transmutation on it.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna state. I'll fold the book up, put it back in my bag. Pet magic is concentration for 10 minutes, if I'm remembering.
Yeah.
So I will kind of back up towards the house.
Mhm.
Kind of avoid looking too much at the beekeepers as I'm hoping Eleanor is still kind of trying to talk to them, and I'll wander back to the house where Carl is, and just try and get a bit of a nosy around in there, see if anything flares up.
That's cool.
Magic wise.
Yeah, in the house itself, you get no readings on anything.
Even the nasty pit of
Gross. Even the nasty pit of gross. No.
Ugh. That's his name now.
Those of you that are still in the sort of yard behind the cottage, the beekeeper speaks up again at this point and just says, "Are you willing to help?"
Yes, we are, I think. But we just want to make sure that it's all above board.
Above board.
You know, we don't even know who you are, and you certainly won't tell us. And I'm not sure I fully understand this grasp situation.
And there's like this silence again, and they do finally break the silence. That voice again. It just says, we just want our son to be at peace."
Am I right in thinking we've only heard one?
You can't inside check them.
Oh, sorry.
You can attempt an insight check, yeah.
Try an insight check.
Again, pretty hard. You're sort of like you're working with like quite limited resources. Obviously, you've got no visual on them or anything. Yeah, you don't really get anything. There's this sort of slight, I guess, slightly almost alien sense to it all.
Can I go to maybe start lighting some torches?
Yeah. And as you light a torch, they both sort of step back from you. And then the sort of speaks out again, says, "Please, just make him at peace."
Just doing an elven funeral ritual just to give Z more time to look around.
Yeah.
I'm just confused.
I think we just set the bonfire for him and
See what happens.
keep going on our way. You know, no
There-
harm in
I'll,
harm in burning some
me-
twigs.
Yeah, me and Carl are in the house, right? So
Yeah.
I'll say to obviously their clothes are clearly enchanted in some way, but then the transmutation magic that I loosely picked up on the body is just concerning me, because that might have been a person at one point.
What does transmutation mean?
Changing things into other things.
Ah. Big B.
Hmm.
What do you want to do with your torch, Elwin?
I'm
Burn.
doing a ritual until Carl and Z come back out the house.
Okay.
I'm doing like an elaborate funeral, like a really long one.
Make a in that case, Elwin, make a performance check for me.
The only one that has got any pluses to it.
Yeah. As you're doing this, every now and again, the voice just speaks up again and says, "This must be how they do it."
Can I speak in different languages to see if I get any read from them?
You can try speaking other languages, yeah.
Speak in Elvish, Common, a slight bit of Orc, Celestial, and Draconic to see if I get any read
Speaks
from
all
them.
the languages.
You're speaking
5 different languages, yeah.
Wait, did he say he speaks Celestial?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
in
been around.
each of the languages that you speak in, they respond to you in the same language.
All of them.
Yeah.
I was only doing funeral stuff just to see what responses I got, so I was not like praise the dead, let their souls free.
Yeah. They just every time you were speaking, you just hear that same voice saying "thank you" in the same language you speak in.
Shall I just come out and just firebolt? I'll head out the house anyway. There's nothing
Yeah.
showing up
Yeah.
I
in here.
agree. I'm not sure.
I think
I've
we just
kind of-
do it, see what happens.
Just do it. Okay.
Yeah, the
We're
fact
better
you
off
talked about
doing it
magic
while
makes me
going.
nervous.
You give me that.
Better off, yeah. I come out, yeah, I'll give you a nod or whatever, and
I'll set fire.
I'll stand within 60 feet of the fire, so when detect
Yeah.
magic can pick anything up if
Okay.
it happens.
Yeah. You touch the torch to that pyre, Elwin, and it quite quickly sort of sparks up, ignites really quick actually. And as it does, you hear this sort of buzzing noise pick up, and as you turn to look, you can just see from the other side of the house, just round the side, hundreds, thousands, swarm of these bees come out of those 6 hives and start circling around the pyre, just really slowly circling around. And then as the numbers of the bees pick up, it it's almost like you can barely see through it. There's so many of them now, sort of just going around all in the same direction, round and round that pyre. The 2 beekeeper suits just drop down to the ground.
Do I see anything weird with my special vision?
You do not.
Okay. Odd.
Just the transmutation still on the 2 outfits.
Hmm.
I think
How
it
strange.
must be the swarm. The swarm must have animated them, I think.
Yeah, magic bees.
Do we take these uniforms with us?
No?
Bees might need them.
Do a side job of beekeeping.
Magic bees? Is there anything else you needed us to do? Okay.
Did we get any payment or anything for this? We didn't even ask, did we?
What, for lighting a fire? We got a drink? And a bit of honey?
I was wanting some honey. Didn't get honey mead.
We got that honey biscuit.
Well, honey leaf.
Yeah.
Is it still burning?
Yeah.
I suggest that we should wait until the fire dies down to make sure it doesn't cause any problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
You guys keep watching as these, like I say, these thousands of bees just keep circling around this pyre, and it burns for a good hour and a half. And as the flames begin to die down and the sort of begins to just turn into like smoke and embers rather than open flames. The bees slowly sort of dissipate and head back to those hives. And as you sort of look on, there's sort of like what's left of the pie. There's the shape of it and the sort of, like I said, the burning embers of it all, and you can just see this sort of slight puddle of like sticky, waxy honey material sort of melted in the middle. And the bees slowly dissipate back into the hives.
Train back, by the way.
Train leaves in 48 minutes.
We getting the train back tonight?
You have to.
I was thinking we're going to get some food and
Getting in
maybe
and then work out
sleep
what
in
we're
a
going
bed
to
that
do.
doesn't smell of trolls.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. This was the weirdest interaction I've ever had. This is weird. In some ways, this is weirder than
Yeah,
the interaction with a god.
it might be. I don't know. It's
If they don't have any weird bee dreams.
I think we should probably tell nobody that we did this.
Why?
Yeah, I'm probably fine with that. This felt weird, and I don't know why this felt weird, but this felt weird.
Or maybe because there was 2 animated suits that may have bees in it.
I think the weirdest thing is that
Not, by the
Maybe
way?
it was a honeycomb body.
I think it's just parents wanting to like say goodbye to their child, which you never
Yeah.
want to do.
I think
But
the weirdest thing is that no one's asked us for anything. We've literally just set a fire to a thing and then that's it.
Hmm.
Go and find the end and have something to drink and do.
Yeah, are the beekeeper suits gone, Sam?
They're
Or are they
just
still there?
2 piles on the floor. Yeah.
They
Yes,
still
they-
magical, by the way.
Mine's tech magic's gone at this point.
You could recast it.
I can, and we could take another 10 minutes of me sitting here.
Well, I mean, we were waiting here for like an hour. So
Yeah.
Done that as we're chatting.
Sure.
The enchantment faded.
Can you know what enchantment is when you find out? You see magic. Do you know what magic is?
No, if something's enchanted, I can use identify to find out what the enchantment is. But yeah, I will ritually
Yeah,
cast.
cast it again. Yeah.
Again.
You get no reading on anything.
Yeah. Okay. And the transmutation, because there was something on the body in the fire, wasn't there?
Also
Originally?
gone.
That's gone. Yeah. Well, job done.
I
Cool.
guess that's where we'll leave that session.
To the pub.
To the pub, indeed.
That was weird.
That was very weird.
That's weirded me out.
Yeah.
Can I do
Splendid.
some magic?
Can you just
Can I
do
like?
some
Can I do a
magic?
magic trick? I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do a magic trick. Okay, you're ready, yeah.
Where is this going?
So everyone look at Warforged, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
As you can see, Warforged, yeah.
Yeah.
Warforged can disappear,
Okay, we're watching.
right? You ready? You ready for Warforged to disappear?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
By Cormac.
That's very good.
I'm actually quite proud of him. That was quite good.
Yeah,
Same.
saved me a job.
Right. Good night, everybody.
Cool. Cheers, folks.
Bye bye.
Yeah,
Cheers.